Alright, so welcome everybody to session 1 of Road to Baldur's Gate and Descent into Avernus. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with my wall of text. It is a pretty long read. The year is 1492 DR, and the story starts off with a small group of 4 adventurers in Waterdeep. Edmund Connaissance, an Aasimar Paladin of Helm, seeks to protect the helpless, establish an order of knights, and to validate and deal with the claims that his father makes. Edmund's father is known across Waterdeep as a lunatic, making doomsayer claims about fiends. These claims are likely reinforced in Edmund's mind by recent timing of angelic visions he's received from a being calling itself Gabriel, urging him to travel to Baldur's Gate. Derek Gurathon, a half-elf sorcerer, seeks to find a way to remove or suppress his magical abilities he was born with so that he can return to his noble family and perform the duties required of him. Derek has studied the arcane to no avail and believes that the source of his magics may be extraplanar in nature. Derek has recently heard talk of fiends by some crazy old man in Waterdeep, which piqued his curiosity as a potential unresearched avenue to help finally suppress his magic. Aldrin Galilo, did I say that right? I forgot if that was the name. Galilo.
Yeah.
A human ranger raised by elves seeks to help protect the forests of Faerun from their biggest threats. Recently, Eldrin has heard of fiends potentially threatening the land and joins the group after meeting Edmund and hearing of something potentially going on in Baldur's Gate. Anthamila Vihar Stonewind is a tiefling cleric of Valkor, who's an exarch of the god of Tempest, aka the captain of the waves. Anthamila seeks to know the fate of her adoptive Dwarven father, who has not returned after the formation of an unnatural storm that has lasted for months off the Sword Coast. Anthamila seeks to know who her actual parents were and why she was left mysteriously floating in Waterdeep Harbor. The timing of the mysterious storm, visions of a tavern sign showing elf song, and talk of fiends from a crazy man in Waterdeep have led Anthamila to look towards Baldur's Gate for answers. These adventurers met mostly due to the interest in the ramblings of a perceived madman. Their collective information would lead them to believe that, they may be able to learn more about their goals in Baldur's Gate, and decided it would be best to travel together as a group for safety. Before traveling out together, the group decided that it would be best to procure riding horses, as well as to see each other's capabilities in combat, so they're not really surprised and they know how to, work tactically together. Fortunately, there was a merchant in Waterdeep willing to trade riding horses and information about the trip to Baldur's Gate in return for returning some goods stolen by bandits. The party deftly dealt with the bandits, and now the merchant stands before them, ready to explain the best way to travel to Baldur's Gate. Alright, is Maurice in here? Because I'm not sure if I want to read this if he's not here. He's not. He hasn't responded. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open up, if you could look at Roll20, and let me know if you could see the map.
I can.
Yeah. Excellent. So this is taking place after you helped a merchant out, as I just read. He's giving you 4 riding horses, not war horses, for helping him. And he's also about to give you details about how to best make it to Baldur's Gate based on his experience as a merchant. And so this is the merchant speaking. Firstly, as a general rule of travel along the tradeway, try to avoid going too far off the path. The areas off the main road are not patrolled and are home to all sorts of unsavory creatures, from goblins to dragons. When you need to camp, try to stay out of view of the road as much as you can while trying to stay as close to the road as possible. And you just hear the man kind of mutter under his breath, "Goddamn bandits." The first stop on your journey should be to Daggerford. And so he points to it on the map. I'm not sure if you can see Daggerford, the ping I just made. And he kind of just points to that. The trade road cuts through this town and is a good place to resupply and get a good night's rest without having to be worried about getting killed in the middle of the night. After Daggerford, continue down the tradeway down to the old Dragonspear Castle. Do not actually approach the castle or enter it. It's inhabited by all sorts of unsavory types. And this is actually where the journey kind of gets a little bit tricky, because from Dragonspear Castle, and again he points to it on the map, you have to make your way to the Borskir Bridge, and the road there has been overgrown, so people tend to get lost during this part of the journey, and if you end up in the High Moor or the Troll Claws, it gets a little bit treacherous. If you end up in the Troll Claws or the High Moor, the easiest way to get out is to probably follow the river until you make it to the Borskir Bridge. The bridge is the only reasonable way to actually cross this river, so just be very careful that you're going to probably have to navigate that area very carefully. After you actually get across the bridge, well, once you actually make it to the bridge, the good news is there's actually a small village that's kind of popped up near the northern end of the bridge, and you should be able to rest there. It's pretty safe, and it's a good stopping point before you continue your journey, and then things from there are kind of downhill. It's a lot easier once you actually make it past that. You'll find the tradeway continuing to the southeast after you pass the bridge, and again, he kind of points to it on the map. The area there, it's a little bit of wilderness, but it's not as dangerous as the other areas. Just don't go across the Fields of the Dead. They are aptly named for for reasons. But once you make your way back on the tradeway, you will encounter 2 more villages. You will encounter Triel, which he points to on the map, and then finally Scornubel. Once you make it to Scornubel, everything is way easier. You'll be able to just ride the river west, and the current actually heads out to sea, so it's a pretty relaxing journey once you actually make it there. You could stop along El Terrell along the way if you need more supplies. It's right along the river. It's a major city, and that's the last kind of major settlement before Baldur's Gate, but again, it's really downhill once you make it to the River Canthar. Do you guys have any questions about the journey or anything that you think I could help you out with? I really do appreciate you helping me out with those bandits. He kind of looks to you expectantly.
So Derek takes a step forward. I've done a lot of travel kind of up in the north part of Faerun. How long would you say the entire trek will take us?
Well, if everything goes perfectly well, and I'll be honest with you, it rarely does, with these beauties of horses, it should take you about... He just kind of thinks for a second. Maybe about 50 days. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. It really depends on how long you need to supply. But for the most part, as long as you stay on the route I gave you, you should be relatively safe. And it should be relatively quick. They call it the tradeway for a reason. This is a well-traveled road. Just those off-beaten paths that might be a little bit challenging.
Don, would I know what inhabits the forest along the way, or is that something that I would have to inquire?
The Misty Forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, general knowledge, or?
Yeah, if you give me a nature check, I could tell you something you might know about the Misty Forest.
Yeah. Nature.
Our first check of the game.
Alright.
Alright, what do we got? How good was it?
You did alright. I did a 15.
Alright, give me just a second, because there's actually a thing for this. So, for the Misty Forest, there is a lot of rumors about it, but as a well-traveled ranger, you kind of know a little bit more than the average person. You would know that monsters from the High Moor to the east sometimes will intrude into the forest to hunt, and sometimes they can even go as far as the trade way. So near that area might be a good idea to perhaps proceed with caution. But it's not always the case, but it's just something you know very specifically about that area.
What kind of monsters?
What'd you say?
What kind of monsters are we talking about?
Things from the High Moor can vary quite a lot,
Okay.
but generally it's things like lizard folk, troglodytes, like amphibious type
I see.
creatures. Yep, that's a big portion of the High Moor.
Good.
But that's what you know. All right. Do any of you have any other questions for me? If not, I'll kind of bid you farewell and safe journey.
Um, is the implication that we're keeping the map, by the way?
Yeah, the map is yours.
Awesome.
Yeah, you have a full. It's actually a very nice map. It's not a full map of the Sword Coast, but it's conveniently the exact journey that you would need to take. It's almost something that's appropriate for a merchant to have that's making the journey. Well, I'm really disappointed that, you can't just take the Sword Coast down the waterway. It would be a lot easier across the ocean. But with this damn storm, I don't think that's remotely reasonable. There hasn't been a boat out of here that's returned for, almost 2 months now. And the guy kind of he kind of walks the riding horses over to you guys one at a time. He says, treat them well, they're yours now. They should last you the journey. They don't require a lot of upkeep. They're horses, they just eat grass, so just keep them away from any sort of combat. They're not good at that sort of thing. They'll run away if they get spooked, but they're good for making a journey.
I do have some questions.
Oh yeah,
Pretty much
sure.
about the horses.
Sure.
Can you just describe what they look like?
Yeah, so a riding horse is basically a horse that's specifically like... So you have draft horses, you have war horses, you have riding horses. Those are the main different types of horses that you have available. These horses aren't particularly strong, like meant for heavy work. They're specifically meant for riding. They're all just nondescript brown horses. Like, they're not like particularly notable in any way. If you want to know, is there something more specific you wanted to know about them, like their stats, or like what are you looking for?
Nope. I was trying to get a sense if visually one looked more appealing.
No, they are all brown riding horses.
Okay. Sounds good. I think Eric would just walk up to the closest one and start kind of walking around, inspecting it, not actually touching the horse.
Fair enough. It seems accustomed to human interaction. It's perfectly fine with people just walking around it. People have even bumped along it in the... You're in kind of like a heavy merchant area. You're in the the trade quarter right now. You'll have to leave through the south gate, but in general, there's things just bumping into it. It doesn't seem to care. It's very acclimated to people.
Would you say that they're not easily spooked?
He warns you that they might be spooked in a combat scenario, but they definitely don't seem spooked around people that are just standing here in the merchant area. They seem completely uncaring.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah. Well, I do genuinely appreciate it. It's rare to find people willing to help out with work like bandits, but you guys did a good job. I'm gonna get back to, selling things like I should be doing before the wife yells at me. And he just kind of gives you like a head bow and heads off to a merchant's stall looks like he probably sells grains. And with that, you don't really have much left to do in Waterdeep. All of you had taken care of anything that you needed to take care of in regards to saying goodbyes to family members and friends, if applicable. So that's all been taken care of. Now all that's really left for you to do is to leave the city.
What was the merchant's name? Did we know? I mean, I'm assuming we know, but did you have one? It's fine if you don't.
Yeah, his name is Gerald.
Job.
Gerald.
Wow, I don't know how I confused that.
Is there any supplies that
So-
we need for the road?
What was that?
Is there any supplies that we need for the road?
Yeah, if you guys need to purchase anything using the gold that you have, feel free to do so. Anything from the standard adventuring pack or any armor or weapons that are less than 300 gold are easily available in Waterdeep. I don't think any of you have very much gold, but... Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. The horses on their sides have camping gear. He kind of included that for free, so all of you can add camping gear to your inventories.
Nice.
All of you have a
Edmund
tent.
is broke.
Yeah, he gave that all to you as like a tip for taking care of it so quickly. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But yeah, you get riding horses and camping gear, which includes a tent and a sleeping bag.
Would my character have been aware of this prior? Like, would I have gone out and bought camping gear for this, or knowing it's like, oh, it's already provided, I would save some coin there?
You wouldn't have known, but naturally, if you haven't purchased camping gear yet and it's not on your character sheet, then you have nothing to really worry about.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a pleasant surprise.
Are we talking four tents and 4 sleeping bags?
Yeah, they're single person tents, and a single person sleeping bag on the sides, either side of the horse, on the saddle, just kind of like hoisted on.
I only see 2-person tent on D&D Beyond, so I'm just gonna add that.
Yeah, that's what I'm adding to.
Yeah, you could add it. It's just enough room for one person.
Is there a way to add in D&D Beyond for it to not go against my encumbrance?
Hold on, Maurice is messaging me. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Hi. Can you join the call?
That tent is 20 pounds, so I want to keep that in mind.
What'd you say, Elion? Sorry.
So I put the tent on my gear, but then it counts against my encumbrance.
Yeah, just it's being carried by the horse right now. You can put it in your inventory and just ignore it. If encumbrance becomes relevant, we'll talk about it. It very likely won't. But just remember that if you're not carrying it and something scares the horse away, you might lose it, right? So just keep that in mind. Hey, welcome, Maurice. I can't hear you if you're talking. Are you there?
If it really bothers you, Elion, you can do customize and change it to 0 pounds temporarily. Just remember to change it back if you take off the.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. I'll do that.
Also, is a sleeping bag just a bedroll?
Pretty
Oh, really?
much.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
There you
Hey,
are.
welcome. Let me turn on the cams, everybody.
The adventure backpack comes with it.
Yeah, I have a bedroll.
You might already have some of this stuff, but again, it's just him being nice and
Yeah, that's
giving you stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have a tent, so.
All right, let me get to the scene really quick and show the camera. Give me just a second. Dang it, I forgot. You can't edit the scenes with new. Sorry guys, give me just a second. Oh, here it is. I found it. Player frame. And hide the box. Everyone should have shown up. seeing... It doesn't look right for one of you. One of the characters is missing, so hold on, let me find out what's going on.
Oh no, it's me. I'm taking a quick peek only during this time.
It's okay. Who is it? Alex? So let me see if I this. It's this bottom right one. What's going on? What we'll do is during the middle of this, we'll take a break and I'll fix it. For now, Alex, I'm just gonna leave you off cam. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, we'll fix it.
Maurice's looks a little too far up too, I think.
Yeah,
It's got like a black
easy
bar.
Fix. I can fix that. All right, that's fixed.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Alex's camera in particular.
I just saw it flicker a little. It's like going in and out of focus.
Alex's?
Yeah, like the wood paneling that's there or whatever that is.
Oh.
Maybe that's just on my screen, on the Twitch stream.
All right. Maurice, to catch you up very quickly, we started, but we haven't actually left Waterdeep yet. So pretty much there was just a merchant that was telling you the appropriate way to go to travel down from Waterdeep to Baldur's Gate. You might have been paying attention to a person who actually ran up to you specifically while they were having this conversation. So nobody else is noticing this. You guys were talking to the merchant. A dwarven woman ran up to you, Pontamila, and you would immediately recognize her as your mother. And you had already actually, like everybody else, you had actually already said your goodbyes to any family and friends, letting them know that you were going to be leaving Waterdeep. So you find it strange that she's coming to see you again, but maybe not. You know, she's a very loving mother. And she approaches you, and I apologize in advance. I can't do a Scottish accent. It's not happening. And she says, pretty much, she runs up to you and hugs you. And she says, "Oh, my sweet child, you're going to be leaving, and I had to get something off my chest before you go. I just wanted to apologize. That's it. That's all I wanted to say."
What are you apologizing for?
I can't say. I can't say. But
Can't say.
Child, don't question me on this. I can't say. They might be watching. I'm sorry. Please just find your father. Bring him home safely, wherever he may be. I don't know if you'll encounter him during your journeys. If you could find out anything, though, it would be very helpful. And she's kind of crying a little bit, and she keeps occasionally just repeating, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry."
I'll be okay, Mother. Don't worry. Dry your eyes.
And she kind of just kind of does one like arm brush across her face, and she says, "Of course, of course. Well, I hope that Valcor gives you a safe journey, and I'm sorry." And she just kind of like brashly turns and leaves.
Okay.
Alright, after this, you kind of notice everyone has finished talking to the merchant, and you've been provided a riding horse for helping deal with a group of bandits. This is kind of a pre-adventure thing you guys decided to do to kind of learn each other's capabilities in combat, and to kind of secure some funds for riding horses. And then you got the bonus information about how to make it to Baldur's Gate from here. So, is there anything else you guys want to do before leaving Waterdeep? Any supplies you want to buy?
I think, personally, Derek has got everything he bought packed up, ready to go. That's him personally.
Alright.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay,
Okay,
Antamila
okay.
and Eldrin.
I think Just bring my bow.
You bring your what?
You just, bring my bow and pretty much.
Okay, so you travel a little bit through Waterdeep, and you exit through the south gate, and you begin what you expect will be a very interesting journey to Baldur's Gate. So you're reinforced with this idea because within a day, less than a day, before it even hits nightfall on the road, you all encounter a very interesting situation. For future reference, by the way that we're going to do this journey is I'm going to assume certain things down the road, and please let me know if you want to change these things or do anything a little differently. I'm assuming that you're going to be traveling at, a normal pace, and that you'll be camping at night and trying to find a relatively safe place to camp off the road, but not too far off the road per the suggestion of the merchant. And I'm assuming we're not gonna worry about rations. I'll assume that you brought enough with you. It'll only become relevant if you're in a prolonged state of unexpected stall time, and then in which case I know that Aldrin might be a little bit prepared to be able to help getting food. I think he has like a feature for it or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming those things throughout the journey. Are any of those assumptions things that you guys would want to do something different from? Or are those reasonable? Or what do you guys want to do for the journey? Is that...
I mean, I'll suggest threading the forest along the way.
You said going in the forest?
Yeah, just staying in the... Like, not going deep in the forest, but staying through the forest, just because I can keep the group, going at normal pace in the forest, but I can also forage along the way and stay alert. And I have much higher perception there as well.
Okay.
Just given that it's my favorite terrain.
Alright, is that what you guys want to do? Which forest do you want to do that in? I assume, is it like the Misty Forest and the...
Yeah, I guess,
Okay.
along the way.
Yeah,
But instead of
it
being
only
on the road,
covers so much of it, so... Are you talking about, like, breaking off from the group and staying on the outskirts to keep watch, or are you talking about the entire route?
I mean, I guess I can keep the entire group going at the regular pace.
So one thing I want to mention is you will all be on horseback. So
Well,
some parts of the forest might not be as easily traversable on horseback as they would on foot. But that's something you could think about maybe when you get closer.
well, the difficult terrain doesn't slow my group travel if I'm in my favorite terrain.
Oh, it's one of your favorite terrain traits?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you would be able to navigate it
Correct.
around it in that particular circumstance. Then.
Yeah, and then I can double my proficiency on perception and any intelligence and wisdom saves, and wisdom skill check. So my
Okay.
perception will be better. I think we'll be safer,
So
and
you
we can find more food. All these things.
got it. Is the goal to still stay relatively close to the road, or okay? So like the outer edge of the forest, and that might give you like if there's maybe like bandits on the road or something like that, you might get like a heads up notice about them or something like that because you're traveling through the forest. They're probably not looking at the forest on the trailway.
Yeah. Since I'm
Okay.
proficient, I figure I'll be able to see them before they see us.
Okay. In general, is the rest of it okay? Just camping slightly off the road, safe spot. Maybe behind some rocks, trees, etc. When applicable.
I would suggest when we camp that we take watch.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
probably
definitely.
want to do that. That's true. Are you guys going to do single-person watches or two-person watches, or do any of you not require sleep? Let me think. No,
I
all
think
require sleep.
our half elves or elves only require half.
Yeah, but we don't have any of those. So yeah, you guys have to take sleep.
We have a half elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex.
I get a little, so I mean, I'll help. I would
Oh, they
assume.
have trance.
I don't know if half elves.
It's not the full. It's not like elf, so I still elf. We can talk it later.
Yeah.
To answer the question, I think leaving the city, Derek, he just kind of trusts and follows. If a guy told me stick to the road, that would be his plan. So he would discuss it probably once we get there, like get closer to the forest.
Got it. Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, travel by day, camp at night, be
Yeah, we can
cautious. All of those basic, I agree with. I think he would follow that plan.
Okay. Cool.
We can also check once we get to Daggerford to see if anybody knows what might be in said Misty Forest.
Yeah, it's true. You could always try to gather more information. Eldrin had some pretty relevant information. He's familiar with a lot of the forest, so that's a good thing to know that sometimes creatures from the High Moor kind of wander into the Misty Forest and kind of do some hunting, so that is a consideration. Is there another thing that's relevant? Are you guys going to have a particular marching order? I want like a default who's going to be in front, who's going to be in back. Are you 2 by 2? Are you straight line? Like, what's your general formation?
I will probably be a little bit ahead of the group.
Okay.
Edmund would definitely want to be towards the front, but I mean, if he's like scouting up ahead of the entire group, that's totally. Old Duncan is riding on the back of the horse. Double.
I don't even know who
Are
Duncan
you guys
is.
doubled on the horse?
Oh yeah, we're doubling up on the
Oh,
horse.
yeah. Can't even get a donkey for your squire?
No, yeah, donkey would be great, but I am flat broke.
We gotta haggle that.
I think Derek would probably be in the back-ish. He's fine with the two, at least the two, taking up front,
Okay.
or the three, Squire included.
And Tamila, are you good with somewhere in the middle?
I'm fine with in the middle.
That's my favorite spot, always, in a party. Everyone's like, I'll stay in the back, and I'm just like, well, you're gonna get backstabbed. Alright, okay, so, as I was mentioning, less than a day on your journey, like, it's approaching night, but you're not really far from Waterdeep, and you run into something very interesting on the main road. Let me know if you could see this, and it loads up correctly for you.
Last general world setting. What's the season? All of that going on right
Oh,
now.
that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now it is early spring, and that's one other reason why everyone's kind of wondering about the storm off the coast. It's not very seasonal. What else did you want to know? I'm sorry.
General weather patterns of the region. I'm assuming usually clear if it's spring then.
Yeah, it's pretty temperate, so it's not too hot, not too cold. No crazy weather during the spring, maybe occasional rain. But it's pretty moderate. Like it's not crazy.
Cool, good.
And you
Thank
might be able to, if there is going to be a bad weather scenario, Eldarin might be appropriate for making survival checks to avoid that sort of situation. Like he might notice rain coming or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But so you all run into a very interesting circumstance. Ahead of you on the road is a blockade. You see what at first glance appears to be a pair of two guards from Waterdeep. They see you, and the tiefling on the left, she kind of raises her hand and yells out to you to stop. and you all could tell you're all native Waterdeep. Like, you've all lived in Waterdeep. Normally this is something that might fool travelers, but all of you know these guys are obviously not actual Waterdeep guards. What's
Something I would say is that I would have stopped the party farther out.
okay? How much farther?
Like, as soon as I see that there's, signs of it.
All right, so let me remove you from the map. What do you want to do
Yeah. So
upon seeing them?
Yeah. So I'll turn to the party and I'll say, there seems to be a blockade up front. Do you guys want to go around it or try to see what they're about? It seems they seem very suspicious to me.
You might not be able to tell the detail that I told you in regards to they're obviously not Waterdeep guards, unless you got a little bit
there's
closer.
a blockade in the middle of the road, like.
Yep. It
Yeah,
looks like a makeshift barricade, and it
Okay.
looks like 2 Waterdeep guards from a large distance.
Okay. Yes, I mean I'll relate that to the party and see what we want to do about it.
Well, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Water trade can't happen right now, so road trade's the only way. Why do they bear?
I mean they probably know that that's the case and trying to take advantage of travelers that don't regularly go through these roads. I only see 2 people. Is there any way for me to try to look
To see if there's more.
like can I attempt to like hide and get closer before they see me possibly?
So, I mean, you see them, they see you. It's like a
Okay.
pretty wide open road.
Okay.
They know you're approaching. They've stood
Just
up.
really early in the day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
You what?
I don't know if you guys want to deal. How do you guys want to deal with it?
Again, Derek kind of just follows along with kind of what's in front of him. He's not particularly up and up on these kind of things, so he would be like, maybe we go see what they want.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure it's fine.
he is suggesting cautiously approach, see what's happening. That's his opinion.
I'm not much of a negotiator. Maybe the novel here. Edmund, or
Edmund would be up for figuring out what's going on as well.
Maybe if they're from Waterdeep, you can talk to them about it.
Yeah,
Is that
I'm
what
sure
you guys
it's
want
fine.
to do?
That's what I would vote.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm okay with that if they want to talk it out and not go around it. I'm I'll be okay just going around it, see if they try to follow us. But if you guys just want to talk to them, I'll stay in the back.
Okay. I think
I'll knock an arrow on my door.
I suppose we could always investigate it and then we can back off and go around it if we need to later.
Maybe you just stay at shouting range.
Cool.
I have a 600 range on my bow, so
nice.
So you're gonna stay like 2 football fields away from the party?
no, not from the party. I'll stay as far away as we need to.
All right. Well, I'll need you to be specific on how far away that is.
I'm gonna stay with the party.
Okay.
I suggest to them that we hail them at shouting range, and then we'll see where things go from there.
Okay. So as you approach, within shouting range, I don't know what shouting. Well, I mean you're within shouting range, which is very far away. What do you want to say? let's just say you're about. I mean, how far away are we now?
Well, that's what I'm suggesting Edmund to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Edmund, you're about 150 feet away. You think that they could probably hear you if you shouted and understand you. I don't know the physics of a shout, but I'm assuming that's pretty reasonable, right?
Sounds about
Edwin
right.
wouldn't shout. That's no way to converse with people.
Alright, do you want to get
He
closer?
would keep moving. Yeah.
Okay. So let me put you in front. I'll put you... Where do you want to be, Aldrin, since you're not going to be in the front, it sounds like?
I'll stay next to the other two.
Okay. Is that good? Well, you can move yourself where you want to go. You should be able to control your token.
I'm good there for now.
Okay. Well, if you want to move, just... Cool. So, as you approach Edmund, the dwarf on the right kind of walks forward a little bit, and he has his hand up. And, like I mentioned before, looking at this guy up close, you could tell he's obviously not a Waterdeep guard. You've been in the city your whole life. And it's extra bad, too. What's your passive perception?
15.
Okay, 15, that's the highest.
15.
Mine's 14. So, yeah.
Does anybody have below a 10?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Again,
so
that's why Derek is not very wise effective. He he doesn't notice a lot of things.
so everyone except for Derek notices that now that you're a lot closer, you can see that the guards' clothes don't fit quite right, and it's actually like the clothes on the dwarven guy are actually bloody. With an passive insight of 10 or higher, you would strongly suspect they probably just killed some guards and took their clothes. You think they're probably highwaymen. Without any sort of uncertainty.
I mean, if Edmund's gonna try to keep walking, I'll tell him to stop if he hasn't noticed.
Yeah, I mean, once he
These are
notices
likely
blood
bandits.
on the clothing, he'd probably come to a halt. Yeah.
Alright, so once you stop moving, this guy, he
If
says...
he moves, I'm gonna yell at him to stop.
He stops moving, and he says, "Halt! In the name of the watch, there's a toll to pay. 10 gold per head for use of this road. Pay the toll or face justice." You all realize that this guy's full of shit. Well, anyone, again, with passive insight of 10 or higher, like, Derek might be a little convinced, but...
I'm still far in the back. I'm not what's going on. Everyone, I think I can notice my group are a little nervous, but I don't understand why.
Yeah, he's telling you to pay. You have to pay a 10 gold toll to pass each, and the tiefling, which actually has a similar skin complexion to. All right, hold on. Stop moving. By the way, you.
Hey, you told me to move my character.
Yeah. That's fine, but stop
I'll
now
do the one
because.
step. Okay.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna make them do something when you suspiciously run behind a tree in plain sight. So when they see you kind of literally dart off in the middle of a conversation, the tiefling pulls out a mace, and she kind of takes steps to get closer to the dwarven guy. The tiefling actually looks of a similar skin complexion to, bad with name, Antamilla, and she says, she suddenly interrupts and says, "Where did he just run off to?" And she kind of points in the direction that Eldrin kind of went off to.
I'm honestly not sure.
How big is this tree?
Its base is here, probably around 3 feet.
At this point, just kind of trying to figure out what's happening. I think, if it sounds good to you, Derek would hop off his horse and kind of lead it up to kind of get in line and see, like, because he's just pretty much seeing the back of his people's head, so he's kind of just trying to get a better vantage point of like, hey, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And they both kind of just hold their maces in their hand, and they're kind of like, just kind of beating them along their hand. Pay the toll or leave. Pay the toll or turn around.
What kind of armor do they have?
They both look like they are wearing... I think it's, yeah, leather armor. What do you want to do?
So,
This view, I was also trying to get a better angle around this house.
Are you trying to, like, be stealthy at this point?
If I can do a hide check, I will.
Yeah, you're partially covered by the tree. They kind of are staring in your direction.
I know that they know that I came here, but I can hide up.
Yeah, if you just want to try to hide behind the tree, that's absolutely fine. But if you're gonna try to, like, move behind the house or something like that...
No, I'm not trying to do that yet.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to hide behind the tree so they can't see you, maybe like slim up sideways along it or something like that,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Ooh.
You feel
Wow.
like you are one with the tree.
so while sorry, go up.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're looking in your general direction, but they, like, you could see them. You're like kind of just peeking around, and they're not like making direct eye contact with you. They're like looking in your general direction. They don't seem to know, like, did he just like run off or something, or
Right.
where did he go? What do you want to do, Derek?
So his general vibe, he tries to. He's the type of person where if he doesn't have to get involved, he won't. He'd rather just leave it alone. So if you're actually giving the option, he would try to make a persuasion with his party members to be like, all right, let's just walk the other way, and we'll get around it somehow. That was
Well,
a neat.
Well,
I don't know if
social.
you roll against it.
Yeah, social checks against party members, like persuasion, like, aren't really relevant. Like, you can't force a character to do something like that. That's a player
Okay.
character. The only ones that'll likely become relevant are deception. That one I will kind of make a thing. If someone's lying to another person, you'll be
Sounds
required
good.
an insight to overcome it. Yeah, it's an
So
opposed.
then, strictly, I still make the
Yeah.
suggestion. However,
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I can work with that.
So
So
they're
that's
just-
what I'm saying. It's like, hey, all right, they're saying,
They're
pay or leave. Let's just leave. We'll
Hmm.
find a way around it.
The one tiefling kind of hears you talking about this, and she says, "If you get the others to pay, I will let you. I will let you pass for free, cuz." And she's kind of looking in your direction, Antamila.
You're nothing but a filthy bandit, and you expect me to pay your ridiculous ransom fee to get through here?
Pay the toll or turn around.
At this point, I've climbed the tree on the backside to like be on the branches. That's how I'm hidden.
Sure, yeah, that's not
Mhm.
not gonna
And I'm-
require a check at all.
I'm ready to shot for any movement.
Okay.
How about Antamila steps forward a little. It's probably fair, I guess. And I address the tiefling. How about this? New deal. You let us pass, and you don't die.
Give me an intimidation check.
It's not bad.
What was it?
13.
13.
Oof. The tiefling kind of looks at you and snarls, and she starts to approach with her weapon threateningly.
She moves, I show her.
Yeah, go ahead and take your shot, and I'd like for everybody to roll initiative. If you don't know how, what you do to roll initiative is you select your token, and you click the initiative button. You have to select your token first.
Woo! Definitely go for it.
That's-
Nope.
Edmund, you didn't select your token.
Sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead and just click on yourself and roll it, and then just put in the first number you rolled. Which is good for you.
Yeah.
Alright, are we missing anybody?
Ooh, that's
Edmund.
rough.
Alright,
Oh,
let
well.
me sort them. Okay, so Eldrin, first you take your readied shot. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
At advantage, I'm guessing? Because I'm hidden?
Absolutely. So that will be a 16 to hit, right?
Yep.
And oh my god, 19 damage. As the tiefling approaches menacingly, an arrow flies into her left shoulder, and she screams in agony, and she actually. She immediately drops her weapon. You're top of the initiative, Eldrin.
I will shout to her partner and say, drop your weapon or suffer the same fate.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
He's not impressed.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Oh, that's a 5 and a 0.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Are you gonna stay in the tree or?
That's right. I don't take another action, right?
Yeah, you don't like making an intimidation check like that is an action.
Oh, that was my action?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not.
You're gonna stay there?
No, I'm not. I'm moving.
Okay. The tiefling is next in the initiative order, and she.
No, I'll stay in the tree. I'll stay in.
Oh, I thought you were. Yeah, I thought that's what you said. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The tiefling, she holds her hands up, and she says, "Let us live. I'll give you all the gold we've taken from the people on the road. Please, just let us live." Oh my God! And she kind of looks at the arrow lodged in her shoulder, and she's like, "I didn't. I'm sorry," and her eyes are like wide with fear.
Who is she talking to in particular?
She's just saying it out loud. Like she has like a crazy look in her eyes, and you can tell she's like actually afraid for her life.
Like she just took 19 damage in one hit.
Yeah. There's actually like a written thing for this in the module that's like, if she loses half of her health, she immediately tries to surrender. And I'm like, well, oh God. So yeah, she has her hands up and she wants nothing to do with this. The dwarf is still holding onto his weapon. On to Mila, it is your action.
Alright, is talking considered a free action in your...
Yeah, as long as you're not trying to make a check of some sort, like an intimidation or a persuasion, that as long
Can
as
I
you're
ask
trying,
a simple question of the door?
you could ask it.
In Dwarven.
Sure.
And it's like, is it really worth dying here on this road today?
Okay. You say
Like,
that.
yes. Yeah, that's all I said.
And is there anything
As
else
I'm
you want to do?
Readying my weapon. As I'm readying my weapon. Alright, let's... You know what? I need to do that. Let's do...
This poor CR1 bad guy. Shunk.
Shunk! Out of a tree, she can see.
I look at the dwarf, and I cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. What's the saving throw requirement for me? It's Dex, right? Let me see.
Yeah.
Dex. Yeah. What's your DC?
I think it's 12 right now.
I'll roll. He doesn't make it. Go ahead and give me the damage.
Alright.
Okay.
Something.
2 damage. Alright, are you done? You gonna move at all or anything?
Not gonna move.
Okay. Edmund, you are up.
I think you're muted.
Okay, cool. I was like,
yeah, I'm not. I had push to talk on, and I forgot. So yeah, Donald, just to refresh my memory real quick. You can take feats to make it better, but you need nothing special for mounted combat. That's correct.
That's correct, but you would know very specifically that mounts that are not trained for combat don't necessarily work the same way as mounts that are trained for combat.
Gotcha.
Just a warning.
It's fine.
We're assuming that you're still in yours.
I assume I am. Never actually said that I got off of it, so it's a half movement to dismount, right?
Yep.
Dismounting is
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking up. Trying to find it again. Now you can use a horseman and then dismount.
That's true.
What was that? I'm sorry.
You can use the horse's movement and then dismount.
Oh, yeah, good call. Yeah, we'll do
I'll yell
that.
that from the tree as I give hints to my noble.
Fantastic.
You know, the horse can move too.
All right, so with horse, move up here.
Okay.
Going to dismount to here,
Okay.
and then attack with my longsword, intending non-lethal damage.
To the one that has her hand up.
Yep.
Okay. She looks at you with terror.
Yep. But bludgeoning basically instead of slashing.
Okay. We need 19 to hit. It's okay. Anything else?
Nope.
She just looks at you. She looks. She's in utter disbelief. Derek, it is your turn.
okay. So, Derek is going to let go. I get first thing, let go of the rein, and move 15 feet over
Okay.
in an effort not to scare the horse. Get away from his horse. What are the remind me on having my arcane focus? Does it take an action to pull that out?
You get one free interaction on your turn, so you could pull that out of a bag if you didn't have it out, and you get one of those a turn.
Okay, so gonna use that.
What is
that
your
action.
focus?
It's yeah. So it's a crystal. It's a deep purple like amethyst crystal that his mother gave him, and he just happens to use that as his focus. So he's pretty much taking this out and then just gripping it in his hand, and with the assumption that he is in the party, as he's seeing everybody do stuff, he is going to shoot a fire bolt at the tiefling.
Okay. That's a hit.
When he does, as he's forming the spell, everyone around him can see black, purpley, miasmic aura come about him, and unlike traditional fire flames, his is a strangely black color, and I guess it hits the tiefling.
You can't do non-lethal damage with a spell, right?
I understand. That's why, again, I said so. Derek
I'm
thinks he's
asking,
helping.
Is that the
Oh.
case?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to control as well as you could.
Yeah, it's not going to be
Okay.
non-lethal.
Yeah,
Yeah. There probably are spells you could, but not a firebolt.
not
Okay.
from that far. Not like there's. She dies. She has a look of genuine bewilderment as the light fades from her eyes, and she just falls back on her back.
Derek has a kind of face of hesitation, not particularly happy of what just occurred, and that's my turn.
Okay. This guy. He's not happy. He kind of screams in rage. At what you just did.
Perfect.
And he runs at you. But he can't attack. And that's it. Eldrin, it is your turn.
Okay. Eldrin is a little bewildered at the chance of his teammates. I will try to shoot him.
Okay.
And it's-
Fueled by his rage, he almost has like a sixth sense, and he like ultra instinct just head dodges out of the way as the arrow flies by him. He seems like passionate on getting this guy that just killed his partner. Are you done?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just stay in the tree.
Okay. It's dead person's turn. They die. And Tamila.
Okay. I'm going to sidle up to my teammate over here.
Did you have any reaction to them killing the tiefling, by the way?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well,
Aside
we'll
from
talk
fight?
about that after the...
After? Okay.
Let's not have an in-depth personal conversation.
Well, I'm
in the
just saying,
middle
like,
of combat.
in general, like, if he had a reaction, like, in the moment. But if he didn't, then that's fine.
Let's use... Salted it. Keep it.
Toll the Dead. Alright, so I have to make a wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom. He saves, so he'll take no damage. Anything
Alright.
else?
That's it.
Okay. Edmund, it is your turn. The tiefling that you were trying to put down has smoke coming out of her mouth from the firebolt that has pierced her chest.
Oof.
Her hands are actually still up, like she's flat on her back, like in a hands up position.
Well. I'm going to attempt. Oh, this combat sheet's so small. Oh, it's not on here anyway. It's just the effect, not the. I was looking for the grapple rules.
It is a athletics check opposed by their athletics or acrobatics, and if you successfully grapple them, they are restrained. I believe is the basic rule.
I would like to attempt grapple.
Okay, go ahead and give me. Oh, is that your roll? Okay. He is successfully grappled. Ah, get off me!
Cool. I will free action say to the party, remove his weapon.
Okay.
I nod an acknowledgement.
Derek, it is your turn.
Okay, seeing what kind of just transpired, a little nervous. With him being, I think he would just follow Edmund's instructions and try to carefully remove his weapon.
Okay, so there's no real disarm rules for 5e, but we'll come up with something. Go ahead and give me an athletics check to try to wrest it from his hand.
At advantage because he's restrained?
No, because it's not even normally possible at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's not that strong.
And he looks at you and he says, "You'll have it soon enough."
I like this
I
guy.
mean, pretty much Derek looks horrified and visibly upset, like bumbling everything up. And I think that's all he can do.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
Alright. He's being held back and he just goes for 2 swings at your face with a mace. Mace to the face.
Cool.
And he misses both of them horribly.
That's what I thought.
And he's done. Eldrin, it is your turn.
Wait, so a restrained person can attack?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't move, is that?
Yeah, your speed becomes 0.
Oh, okay.
They can also attempt to escape or shove the person away, but he kind of has a thirst right now.
Do we get advantage on attacks on restraint?
Nope.
Yep.
No?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You do.
Wait, but then grapple's not restrained then. Hold on. Yeah, it's more likely
Oh,
that
yeah,
grapple's not restrained.
just grappled. Unable to move, ends grapple, dies incapacitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, restrained is its own thing.
Okay, so he's not restrained.
No, he is grappled
He's
as
just
the
grappled.
official status effect.
Okay. Sounds good.
I have a player cheat sheet, which I should
Yeah,
have
that's
used.
what I just looked at, yeah.
Yeah, it'll tell you these things. Sorry.
I'll Attempt to shoot him again.
Okay. You miss. He seems to be aware that you're shooting at him from a tree, and he occasionally kind of throws you a glance to see where you're aiming. He kind of jumps out of the way, like dodges out of the way with his head, and you miss. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm good.
Okay. It's Dead Tiefling's turn. And Tamila, your turn.
I suppose they try and disarm him.
Okay, give me an athletics check. Okay, yeah, so he's thrashing wildly at Derek, and in the middle of one of the swings, you manage to grab your hand on his mace and wrest it from his hand. He currently doesn't have a mace in his hand anymore. You now have a mace.
And I suppose I tell him to stop struggling, or he'll end up like his partner.
Tell him that. Anything else?
And Dwarven. And that's it for now.
Edmund, it is your turn. I can't hear you if you're talking.
Can't really do much while grappling somebody. I think you can attack them, but
Yeah,
that's
you could absolutely attack them. You could do a lot of things.
would it really doesn't matter probably because the check's the same, but would it be persuasion or intimidation to convince him to surrender?
Depends on how you're trying to do it. What do you say?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Like for example, in my head it would be, look,
Threatening life is definitely intimidation.
Your friend has died. I don't want any more blood to be shed today. Please just give up and we'll let you leave with your life. Intimidation is, we'll kill you like your friend if you don't fucking stop struggling. You know, that's the pretty big difference, right?
Right, obviously, yeah. Would basically be something along the lines of, not wanting any more harm to come to anyone, and please just surrender so this can be over and everyone can move on their way. We can get your compatriot buried, and
Okay.
this is just not good for you.
Normally I would say it's a persuasion check with disadvantage, but because of the circumstance he's in, just go ahead and give me a regular persuasion check. 15? That's good. He turns and looks at you, turns and looks at Derek, turns and looks at his dead friend, and he just kind of bows his head, and he stops struggling.
Is combat technically over?
You are now out of initiative and free to do what you want.
I am going to run over to the dead tiefling.
She's very dead.
Like, how dead is very dead?
I'm also gonna back off and just hang out in the corner. He knows he done wrong.
She is. Give me a medicine check to see how dead she is.
Okay.
I'll come over and tell Emma that we should restrain this guy.
He doesn't put up a fight.
Okay.
Yeah, you with a 19 medicine check, you check the pulse. She's definitively dead.
No saving her whatsoever.
Maybe a
You feel like she's beyond the help of regular magic healing.
I sit and say a silent prayer over a corpse.
How are we dealing with arrows?
You get to recover half of it for free, right? That's like a thing.
Yeah, or I can roll every time. 1 to 2.
Yeah, whatever the normal rules are, you could do those rules. You fired 3 arrows during this combat, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, 3, I think.
So get 2 back or 1 back?
Did you roll? Oh, it's
sure.
always round down if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a roll or.
Alright, hold on.
Let me look.
Yeah, I was actually. Can you look up the rule for recovering ammo?
Yeah, I'll look it up while you guys. Do
Yeah.
stuff.
So what do you guys want to do? The dwarf is just sitting there. He just seems defeated. He's not struggling at all. We just wanted to make some coin with the sea route cut off. We can't make any money applying a normal trade. We just needed some coin to survive.
This
No.
definitely isn't the way to do it.
I'll come back and tell him. You should try to gauge your audience a little better next time.
I don't think there'll be a next time.
Hmm.
And he just kind of looks over at the corpse and he just says, "Oh, Kendra, she had her hands up. Why did you kill her? She literally dropped her weapon."
A withering gaze back at Daedric.
I also gave it look back at Daedric.
I began firing just as she was doing that, and I thought I had it under control. She was just supposed to get hurt a little bit. I wasn't trying to do any that.
The dwarf actually tears up a little bit.
Derek actually tears up as well.
To try to deflect the situation a bit, I'll tell the dwarf that if you would have dropped your weapons, none of this would have happened. Keep that in mind.
He just exhales, just... He doesn't say anything. He's just sitting there.
I think while that's occurring, Derek would walk over and just kind of ask Anthamila if there's anything he could or should do.
In the future, when you see someone surrendering, you don't set them on fire. I'm all for a good fight, but I'm not one to enjoy a bad kill. This didn't need to happen.
I'll say, from my point of view, it also doesn't seem like the best use of resources in the middle of combat. She was already defeated. This was an easy one. And I was expecting to. And then I'll just go over and just look over the horses, make sure they're all okay. If they're spooked, calm them down.
The horses did kind of wander off the road a little bit as soon as like magic started kind of getting thrown about, but they didn't run off or anything. They're like, whoa, we gotta get out of here, and just kind of walked away a little bit.
Yeah, so I'll try to run them in.
Yep, they give you no issue.
I would ask the dwarf what he plans to do now.
I don't know. I Kendra's been my partner for so long. I don't know. And he just kind of bows his head and looks down towards the ground. Doesn't say much more.
I'll come over to Edmund and tell him we should just take the weapons and anything that they've taken and move on, let him be. We don't have time to bring him back. This is just a distraction from our goals.
I hate to agree, but I do.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I would-
unless there's any opposition, try to, strip him of his weapons and armor.
Yeah, he has a mace. And he kind of
Which
looks at you
has.
as you start to go, like, to unbuckle his armor. And he's, like, crying. He's like, are you serious?
I mean, he can keep the shirt and everything that goes under the armor, just
he's bawling, but I mean he doesn't resist. He just holds up his arms.
I don't care. They brought this on themselves.
Okay.
I'll say that if anybody gives me a lick.
You begin to doff the leather armor off the helpless dwarf as he cries.
And I don't know where they stashed the gold that they've been taking from me.
He looks towards Kendre and starts crying again.
I'll search Kindry.
Oh my god. the dwarf just starts losing it. You're just gonna start scavenging her corpse. She didn't hit the ground but more than 15 seconds ago. He's freaking out. But yeah, on Kendre's body, you find a satchel. Naturally, the leather armor is probably not in good use. That is kind of wrecked from a firebolt crushing it. So, Kendre also had a mace. Additionally, that she had kicked on the ground at the first round of combat. She also has a satchel. Do you want to look through the satchel?
I'll look through the satchel.
Okay. The satchel contains 50 gold pieces, and you also notice a strange coin in the bag. It is silver and has a strange symbol on it. But other than that, 50 gold and that.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to walk over to the dwarf. I'm going to try and console him.
Give me a persuasion check.
Well, hold on. Let me do the whole thing and then I'll do the persuasion.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to hand him 10 gold coins.
Okay.
I'm going to hand him his partner's satchel. And I'm going to tell him to head to Waterdeep. And to head down to the Waterdeep docks. And look for a tavern. It's called the Downpour. And you'll find a man, a dwarf. His name is a Drummond. Tell him Vahar sent you, and you should be able to find honest work if you really mean to find honest work.
And you're giving him the whole satchel?
I gave him 10 gold coins. I've removed 40 gold coins and 1 silver coin.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Alright.
With advantage. Because
We'll roll twice and take the best of the two.
Yeah, just get it once. So.
yeah, it should roll both of them for you. Okay.
All right.
Well, lucky persuasion or lucky advantage. So yeah, he's crying and he's calmed down a bit. He's like, "You're saying I might have a second chance."
Everyone deserves a second chance. Don't waste it. This was needless. This did not need to happen. I did warn you in the beginning. Had a bad feeling all day.
10 gold is a lot of money, right?
It's a shit ton of money, yes.
It's like.
Why were they even still
salary?
doing?
It's like 5-year salary or something.
Staying at like a high, like the monthly, I think the monthly wages to live extravagantly is 1 gold a month to live like pretty good. So yeah, 10 gold is enough to keep him quite okay.
Or like long.
They got to 50 gold and they were still trying to bandit people.
You don't necessarily know the gold count. That hasn't been communicated.
That's true. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have walked out, so I wouldn't know that you're giving him that much money.
Yeah, I would just see some kind of money transference. I wouldn't necessarily know how much.
Yeah.
It just seemed bad.
I'm off, trying to stay out of everything. Same thing.
We're giving this
Derek wouldn't notice.
He says thank you in Dorvish, and he says that he will do his best to try to make sure that Kendre's death brings some sort of positive meaning to this world. and he literally just bolts.
Oh,
He
He
runs.
leaves the body?
Yeah, he runs.
He doesn't grab the body or anything?
Nope. He hauls
Yep.
ass.
Yeah, I actually had wanted to ask him if she had a deity of any specific color. Oh well.
He runs.
Yeah, that guy's gone.
He runs past the horse.
He gonna get.
Like he T1000 runs. Like he is gone.
I mean,
But your
So-
inside check would tell you that he was being honest. He's also a
kind of
little
bad.
afraid. he's a little afraid. He was being honest though. He seems to intend to be genuinely thankful and want to turn his life around at this point.
I'll check the shack.
Yeah, the shack doesn't. Give me an investigation check actually.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, how long would it take to bury? Would you say? Would
No.
we think it would take?
Maybe like I'm not an expert at hole digging, but maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or maybe the duration of a short rest. I don't think
Edmund
it
would
takes-
definitely want to do that.
Yes.
My passive investigation is more than my investigation.
Yeah, so you don't turn up anything in the house that seems relevant. There's like maybe 3 days worth of rations in here,
Grab the rations.
but other than that, you don't see anything interesting in here.
I mean, I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah, they look like good food. It's fine. Travel rations.
Does she have anything on her that would indicate if she had any kind of faith?
Oh.
No, she doesn't.
I'm going to excuse myself for just a moment.
Sure.
Are you guys taking the maces?
It's just the normal mace, right?
Oh, pass me. I wanted to take it away from him so he wouldn't cause more trouble. I don't really care for it. I'll keep the
Hold
leather
on to
just
it
in
and sell it
case.
when we get somewhere.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. We have the horses anyways. Put 'em in the
Oh,
back.
I divide the 40 gold coins between the four of us, so each one of us gets 10 more gold coins.
Nice.
Also, there were 44 coins on them.
Mm,
Also,
Sure.
someone in chat just told me that it takes 6 hours by hand for an experienced grave digger in optimum soil to dig a grave.
6 hours.
Suddenly, your altruism of burying corpses becomes a lot less.
And we just have rocks. and
Okay,
stuff.
so first off, that's with one person.
That's
yeah.
true.
Edmund would want to bury this body, and
We
would.
don't have shovels.
And I would too, to be honest.
There's actually a shovel, or there's actually 2 shovels conveniently at the house that you.
Oh, in here?
Yeah. It's almost like they
Nice.
mysteriously magically appear.
If you guys want to. I mean, we can just, put some rocks on top of it. That's also. I
Out in
think
the
that's
middle of the
common.
road.
I think that's kind of common, isn't it? Like back in the day, they wouldn't dig necessarily every time. Sometimes they would just stack rocks.
Barrier over by the house.
Yeah, like
Okay.
maybe under the tree, somewhere nice.
Alright, you bury her. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do around here, or can we continue our journey?
Other than saying, quiet
It-
prayer for a soul to Belkert.
I did ask if she only had if they only had 40 gold on them.
Yes.
Okay. Is this a deception roll type of moment?
If you want to... Yeah, if you're lying, go ahead and give me a deception roll, which it sounds like you are.
Yeah.
Versus an insight roll.
I don't know that I would assume that she's lying, so maybe just my passive insight.
I mean, the fact that you're asking the question means that you don't believe her, right? Because...
With that roll, I knew right away. What are you trying to hide?
Well,
Yeah,
I
you-
did give him 10 gold, so technically they had 50 gold.
You
on them.
gave the bandit that was accusing and probably killed some guards for their armor 10 gold?
I look Eldrin straight in the eye. We cannot control the actions of other people.
Yes, but you can control your own.
We can control our own actions.
Yes, don't give him 10 gold. That's
And we
right.
just got a tiefling killed.
Well, that's of their own making. They put their weapons up.
We cannot
And
control
second
their
of all-
actions. We can control our own, and we just got a tiefling killed. It
I think
didn't
we
need
need-
to happen.
I think we need to get something clear if we're going to be working as a group together. Any gold we find, it's divided amongst the group first. If you want to give her 10 of your gold, that means that everybody else gets more gold and then you get none.
Fine.
That's what-
I give my 10 gold to him, and I throw it on the ground at his feet. If it's so important to you, here is your gold.
I don't care about the gold that much. I care that we make sure we do things right. And I give Derek and Edmund 3 gold apiece. Or I give Edmund 4 and Derek 3. I keep 3 for him. If you want to give away your money, that's resources we could be using for our own purposes.
Technically, we already got more resources. The maces and the armor. We can sell that for more gold.
Okay? You can keep the mazes, sell them. That'll be your reward.
The inner team turmoil begins.
Excellent.
As Edmund's mounting his horse, he's like, "For the record, I don't disagree with you giving him the gold. I do disagree with the dishonesty." And Duncan's probably like, "Was that person dead?" He's like, "Yes, Duncan. Yes."
Oh, you can have Duncan start shopping.
Oh, this is part of your squirely duties, my dude.
Yeah.
Have him what?
Or
Oh,
shoveling. Making use of
Shoveling.
shoveling. He's just using our rations.
shovels.
I still don't know why we're bringing this, good for nothing with us.
Derek, at this time, sheepish, wow. That's a word I can't say. With, like a puppy dog with his tail between his legs, he walks over, kind of like whispers to Duncan, like, I'll help you if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Definitely Edmund plan on helping as well. So, as much as possible, anyway, with only 2 shovels. Can take
Yeah.
shifts or something.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to take a break. It's hard work.
Okay.
But yeah, we get the horses off the road and.
Body burial is a success.
Put it right here.
She has been buried. Rip
Great.
Cario. Or, wait, what was it? I don't even remember her name already. She's dead to me.
Already forgotten.
Poor tiefling.
Also,
never, never forget until 5 minutes later. Don't-
your Eldrin, you would also be aware that Antamilla was hiding something else. She was intentionally hiding something. Just keeping you aware of that.
Oh, what?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Would he be aware of that, though?
Yeah, with your roll of 1 on your deception check, yes, he's very aware that you're hiding something. He doesn't know what, but that because it's not like you literally know what they're lying about, but yeah.
So like even after she said like, oh, I gave him 10 gold, I still like, that was not everything. Huh?
Yeah, you something else is up. You don't know what it is.
Okay. I won't make a deal out of it right now.
Okay. All right, you guys ready to move on?
Derek is. He's off on
Yes.
his horse.
I've been ready.
Okay, so
Maybe not to my horse.
you let's go back to the map.
How long did it take to?
That was wait. How long did it take to what?
To,
It's very.
there.
I'm gonna say 2 hours with the shovels and 2 people helping. with
I don't know
shovels.
how late in the day it is. Like,
Yeah, it's getting close to night. So after that situation, you'll probably want to find a place to camp. And it's a 45-day journey. We're not going to have you guys do that every single time. So you will be able to find a successful place to camp out for the night. And you all get a long rest, even though I don't think any of you needed it. And you wake up in the morning
Before we wake up.
Oh, I like where this is going. Alright, so I
Alright.
have a map specifically prepared for this, boys. Let's
It's just
go.
a simple conversation. It doesn't need to be anything else.
Oh, okay, but I'm gonna put you on this map that I made for these
Oh, I like
types,
this. That's nice.
Oh,
Cool. I like that.
Nice.
just in
Thank you.
case.
Appreciate it.
Do.
Oh my god, I'm drawing things too. I don't know why, but there's lines.
I don't think I would sleep on my tent. I would probably like try to find a good tree and sleep on the ground,
You'd sleep, so you wouldn't use your tent and you'd sleep in a tree?
if possible.
I'm just gonna say yes.
okay. So he's asleep in a tree. Convenient, actually. Alright, so
Are you like hiding away from everybody when you do this, or?
I just feel more comfortable.
Okay. But I mean, you let everyone know, hey guys, I'm going to a tree.
Yeah, like, they know that I'm here, but
Okay,
like, I'm
yeah.
keeping watch from here, and I'm, not so obvious to people watching us.
Okay.
Alright, perfect. So I'm going to go over to Derek. Sorry, Daedric, it's Derek. I imagine he's probably still sulking, wounded, whatever the particular.
Yeah.
So, you know about magic and things, yeah?
I have spent quite a many years trying to learn everything I could about these powers, so I've studied some Arcana. Yes.
Great. Perfect. I take out the little silver coin and I hand it to him, put it directly in his palm, find out what this is, and I go back to my tent and go to sleep.
Okay.
So this was during your watch, I guess.
I suppose so, yes.
So you woke him up. Like,
I mean, I would think, I don't know. For convenience sake, I think he'd, again,
Probably
up
good.
sulking for a little bit, kind of having a restless night out of what just transpired.
Might be easier to just say it happened before the watches. I don't know. That's up to y'all.
I think
If
he's
I
trying to
was-
specifically do it so
Yeah.
other people don't notice.
right? Because if I was awake, I'd probably notice for maybe. I'm not
Okay.
perceptive. Yeah. I try to tend.
Then yeah, I guess he would wake me up.
Okay. It's no big deal. You could get like I think it's an hour of interruption and a long rest. So it's not going to interrupt you at all. You just pass out afterwards. If you want to, you can make a Arcana or a Religion check to see if you know what this is.
So Derek is not particularly religious.
Mm-hmm.
It's only recently, maybe he's kind of turning some divine power. So his initial thought is, yeah, let's see Arcana.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh, boy, that was not great.
What languages do you speak?
He knows Common, Elven, Dwarven, and technically Celestial, but he doesn't know that he knows it. It would
Okay.
be more just somehow he does.
Yeah, you have no clue what the hell this thing is. You're not
Okay.
sure if it's magical. You don't know if the symbols on it have any meaning. It just looks like a coin, maybe of a weird country's currency or something. It's pretty big, but you don't know anything about it.
Prior to this, because Derek writes a lot of letters home, and he can pretty much pull out my pen, quill, pen, paper, and kind of draw a sketch of the shape and symbol on it.
Sure, give me a performance check. Let's see how good your drawing is.
Better.
Yeah, you think you got a pretty good drawing of the coin.
Cool.
You got it. It's pretty
Okay.
accurate.
So he pretty much coined, and Hamil came back and said, "Hey, so he'll just hold on to it for now.
Okay. Alright, anything else sneaky you guys want to do in the middle of the night?
Nope. Are we making perception checks, or are we just successful?
You're gonna be successful for these.
Alright.
I'm just gonna not have that happen. We're gonna have
Sure.
random encounters. That's just gonna be a lot of bookkeeping. Okay. So, let's continue. A couple of days pass, and you feel like you're probably about halfway to the town of Daggerford. Let's get back to the map so you kind of know where that is. Which is here. And you are about halfway.
I'm
And-
still on the camp map, by the way.
Oops, sorry.
I'm also collecting some wood, like branches that look good for making.
Okay,
arrows.
give me a nature check. This is like kind of in the middle of the plains. There's a couple trees around, but
Yeah.
So he's doing that. How far did you say?
you're about halfway.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of damp wood. You don't think there's anything that you found along the way so far that might be useful for woodwork. It's spring, so there's occasional rains. Not a lot of appropriate, I guess, wood for what you need. Yet. You're sure that once you get closer to the Misty Forest, you'll find a lot more.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I get, yeah. In general, I'll be doing that on our short long rest along the way.
Yep. Alright, so you're about halfway to Daggerford, and on one morning... hold on, let me get this map situated. I have to put you guys on it. I have to change this map because I used the camp map, and I didn't expect someone to want to sleep in a tree. So let me remove your tent. And, ooh, this is who it's going to be first. You're in a tree. I haven't moved you yet, don't worry. I know I need to. And... okay. And I'd like for everyone to roll a 1d20 for me, please.
Okay.
Wow.
You have to do a slash first.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
A dot? Is it a dot now?
No, just slash roll 1d20.
Oh, I didn't separate.
Like of all the things I didn't set up. Oh, well, there's also dial.
Yeah, there's a dot.
Yep, found it.
Like so.
Okay, so now I'm gonna move your maps. Oops. Let me know when you can see it.
I can't.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Derek, you're first to wake up this morning. Or actually, I'm just gonna say this is during your watch. Everyone else is kind of asleep.
Okay.
And an interesting thing happens. A bird flies down next to you, and it appears to be a raven. And it's particularly close to you, closer than most birds would normally get to a person. Like, birds are generally afraid of people. They don't land next to them. And the bird looks at you, and a very awkward thing happens. It's actually a raven, and it cocks its head at you and says, "Oh, you! You look like a damn sweaty traveler. Come over here and let me help you out."
Okay. Just like me, Derek is. It's not very often that you see fucking ravens. And did I hear this in common, or
Yeah.
do I think I hear it aloud or in my mind?
No, he's talking.
He's straight up talking. All right. So cool. I've gone crazy.
It's
And
finally happened.
I think that may be the first words out of his mouth is, Yes, Raven. And I guess wherever he was, he a few feet closer.
Yeah, sure. He moves up since you've
Yeah.
acknowledged his presence.
Yeah, and he would begin to kind of engage and converse with the Raven.
What do you say?
What are you?
He kind of
How can you speak? You're a raven.
He kind of cocks his head towards you, and he's like, "You haven't seen stranger things than this in this world." And he kind of laughs a little bit, and he says, "Well, I've been kind of watching you travel for a little bit, and it looks like you're on your way down south, probably due to that damn storm. And you know, I feel like I might be able to help you out."
Pete again. Man, this is not the person you want to be talking to. Derek, being not a particularly wise person and with a very low passive insight, wants to hear what he's saying. He's intrigued.
All right,
So he asks, help get us down the path or with the storm?
So he says, no, so I can... Like, he kind of looks you over up and down, and he says, You're not very strong, are you? I don't mean that as an insult. I'm trying to think of ways I could help you. Are you strong? Are you one of those guys that has, like, the lean muscle strength, or are you just genuinely not very strong?
So he looks himself up and down, and just for everyone, Derek wears a very flowy white shirt, like really big sleeves, and then with a black and gold trim set robes kind of strung about him to cover his pants in a toga style. And so for as big as these sleeves are, he kind of like grips his muscles, and clearly you can see he's pretty scrawny, even just for his stature. So he's like, yeah, I don't have that particular strength, though I do have a lot of magical abilities.
I see. Well, I mean, you look like you're on a long journey, you know. Things might get heavy, you know. How about this? If... No, that won't do. How about this? If you give me... No, I don't know. Are you having any problems carrying things? Or do you need food, or money? Like, I'm trying to think of what would be most helpful to you. And you see the Raven, if Ravens could have facial expressions, this one has one. Like, he seems to be, like, you know, deep in thought. You could tell. It's a very...
Is he holding his raven wing up to his beak? Like,
you know, you feel like if he had hands... Yeah, if you feel like if he had hands, they would be under his chin, and he'd be, like, stroking his chin thinking.
Excellent.
By the way, I'd like for everyone else that's not in this to roll 1d20 for me.
What's the likelihood of being woken up by this conversation?
That's what we're doing right now.
Oh, okay. Like, I don't know if our perception or anything like that would come into account.
It might.
Okay.
I'm trying not to tell you what roll is happening.
No, I understand.
Can you roll a 1d20, Maurice?
Trying to. It says rolling, I won't roll it.
Try with the tool on the left, man.
Yeah. Rolling the die, rolling the die. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Interesting.
Type slash
One
roll
second.
1d20. Like the slash and then roll and then space 1d20.
Yeah, just dabble without the dot.
Still doing it. Okay, 1 second.
No, you just have to reconnect the weapon.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna keep going, and I'm just gonna assume for now that none of you are awoken by this conversation so far. So, the Raven says, "How about this? You know, something that's universally useful. Something that's universally useful. I feel like this will be a benefit to you. How about this? For the next 10 days, whenever you touch a silver or a copper coin, I can make it so the coin duplicates. You'll get twice the money. But there is a catch. It'll cost you 10 gold up front. But just think of the possibilities." He kind of looks at you expectantly. Actually, 10 gold and... You know, it's such a good deal, I think I need to ask for something else. 10 gold and how about a fingerprint? On a parchment. That sounds reasonable, right?
Oh.
Does anyone wake up at all?
Yeah, right.
What was your roll? 13... Let me see your passive... Or let me see your... Do you have perception? Training, let me see. 4, so 17 minus 5 for sleep. You hear a conversation going on. You don't know the details, but you hear a conversation outside Antamila.
I absolutely want to poke my head out.
Okay. Are you doing so stealthily, or...?
I don't think I have any reason to think it's not anybody in the party, so I just comedically poke my head out horns first.
Sure. So, you would see, Derek talking to a bird. Derek, you would see, and Tamila sticking her head out of her tent.
So for my benefit, Alex's benefit, how much gold did you say? 3 LM? Is that how much you gave me?
No, you have a total of... So you got 10 split from Antamilla originally divvying out, and then you have 3 additional gold from being given to you by Eldrin.
Yeah.
Okay. So I heard 6. Math.
Wait, 6? What?
6?
Or what was the first number?
You have 13.
10
You have gained
plus
13 gold.
Gotcha.
Plus whatever you started with.
Yes.
Which is not much. So I start like ruffling through and kind of pulling out 10 gold pieces, and then I kind of
You kind of what?
I'm trying to.
You said you were a traveler, right?
I am a traveler. What are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember.
So
I can see this, right?
Yeah, it's within...
And I can actually clearly hear it now?
Yeah. You haven't heard... There hasn't been anything really said since you popped your head
I
out.
just see him pulling out gold coins and directing his attention toward the bird, essentially.
Yeah, that's... Nothing has literally been said since then. He's been thinking...
and pretty much so Derek would ask. So 10 gold, and all you need is my.
Yeah, 10 gold and a fingerprint. And he says, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere in front of you, with a poof, a piece of paper a contract, if you will, appears with written details of the arrangement, and he goes, yeah, just sign here with your thumbprints and give me 10 gold, and for the next 10 days, whenever you touch a silver or copper coin, you'll get a duplicate.
And then I ask him, I show him the coin that I'm supposed to be investigating, and I say, does that, this one?
Ooh. Interesting. He thinks. He says, I don't think it would duplicate that, but, you know, if you don't want to give up 10 golds...
Making sure I can hear this, right? I can hear this now, right?
You can hear this conversation. He says, if you don't want to give up 10 gold or a fingerprint, I would take that as payment. It certainly looks interesting. You seem well traveled.
I walk over to the conversation. What?
That seems like more of a commotion to me, man.
Yeah, at this point, if you know other people are getting into tents and screaming, "What?" Everyone's gonna wake up, and the Raven says, "Oh, hello. Would you like to make a deal with me?" This is
And
not.
then I kind of, I turn and just pretty much repeat what was told to me, and I'm, what do you think?
I pull out my bow. That's what I think.
What are you, bird?
I thought it's quite.
That was my question.
I thought it's quite clear. I'm a raven.
And
Caw!
exactly how many ravens do you think just walk up and offer people deals? Because I haven't met any.
I haven't met any like me either, but you know, there's very strange things in this world. I think. I mean, you look strange. He kind of looks at you.
Hey.
So I
That's
turn
blue
towards,
hair.
I turn towards the Raven and I tell him, I'm a nobleman. I have wealth beyond anything I need.
Oh, I see.
But maybe I would make the deal. Do you think you can help me get rid of these powers?
He thinks.
I mean, as a ranger, I would have to know about things trying to
Why
trick you
ask
and
that
charm
question?
you and things of that nature, right?
So, are you trying to? You're trying to say?
I'm not going to do it for money. Sounds like, hey, you can make a lot of money. The one thing I may be willing to risk it for the biscuit is, again, getting control of these powers.
All right. So hold on. First, for what Elion was asking, if you want to give me a nature check to see if you're aware of any creatures that would pose as ravens, please go ahead and make that roll.
I mean, I don't know if like I have a specific creature. I'm talking like in general, like.
Sure, you've heard tales that
About
dragons can
bags
turn into
and-
birds.
Like
The world that you live in is a very magical place. There's a
Right.
lot of reasons.
illusion magic and
It could be an illusion. It could be a wizard polymorphed as a bird. There's so many different things that this could be.
I don't know if this is potential metagaming or not. I want to do a knowledge religion check on something that draws up contracts for money.
Okay, yeah, you did see that. So go ahead and you did see it suddenly appear. Go ahead and make that roll, and then the Raven looks at Derek. He says, Okay, yeah. So hold on, we're
Nice.
gonna get to that like immediately. And he says, "No, but I'm sure there's something I could do to help you. I'd like to be helpful. You would be aware, Antamilla, that it's very common with the contracts and deals and stuff like that Devils are very well known for doing that sort of thing. It's not common that there's devils around, like just hanging out. They generally have to be summoned. They're usually in the Nine Hells doing devil stuff. But they're usually not hanging around here. But, I mean, with what you saw, that seemed pretty... Like, there's even a slight smell of sulfur in the air from the poof of the contract. But,
Meanwhile, Derek would still have no idea or even assume. He's just thinking,
Yeah,
magical
Edmund's like,
fucking
what
bird.
the hell is
Derek?
happening?
Derek, buddy. Derek, pal. You might want to take a closer look at that contract. It's not very often that a bird offers you a contract.
and the bird is just, oh, there's no need for that. I'll even sign it first if you're uncomfortable.
Oh no. I think I'll look at it for you. Why not? Let me get a look at that contract, if you don't mind.
And
Alright.
he kind of steps in your way, but if you make a deal of it, he kind of moves aside. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay, God.
Can I do an intelligence check with
For-
advantage
For what?
to figure out if this is something that devils will do?
You have advantages. Were you close? You're kind of far. You're in a tree. You might not get the details of seeing, like, the contracts or the smell of the sulfur that was in the immediate vicinity.
I have pretty high passive. I'm 15.
Yeah. You're kind of far. I'm going to say no for the smelling the sulfur or seeing the contract from where you are. You just got woken up.
Okay.
But if you want to come down from the tree, it might become a lot more apparent to you. In fact, Antamilla, you're not that far away. You're up close, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You had said you walked up.
I would check
We don't have
out.
control of our tokens or something.
Yeah, so I can't move
Oh!
my character.
Yeah.
Well, let me fix that. That would be a problem. Oh, I can't. Wait, I can't move them.
I would say that I could see
because
the contract. I would say that I could see the contract. I can shoot to 600
Oh, what? Where'd I go?
with accuracy.
I'm re-adding you.
Yeah, I think he's just re-adding us to the map.
Like, I have no penalty to shooting 600 feet with my longbow, but I can see, what, 50 feet?
I mean, I would think you can see a.
It's like a paper
on it.
on the ground.
Like,
Like,
so it's not floating around and stuff like that.
No.
I thought you said it was like poofed on the air. I thought
yeah,
it was
like,
hovering.
I'm gonna say no.
So it's not hovering, it's like on
Yeah,
the
it's
ground.
literally on the ground facing Derek.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Oh crap, I put you guys on the wrong layer again. Here. Now you should be able to move Maurice. And now layer token. Alright, you guys can all move your characters now. And you can move freely if you want. Yeah, so now if you want to... You see this piece of paper on the ground, Eldrin, and you might have a suspicion it's a talking bird, there's a contract, you've heard some of the conversation. Go ahead and give me a religion check. You have advantage because it's a favorite enemy. You rolled a 17 on your contract reading. So this contract, for something so simple, is very, very detailed. It takes you 10 minutes to read through this thing. But you could tell that this contract is full of shit. If he would have signed this, and he still might, who knows. If he duplicates coins that belong to someone else, even with their consent, the contract is broken and all the duplicated coins turn to ash. And you would know from your religion check that if you break a contract with a devil, you're basically going straight to the Nine Hells.
Right.
Your soul's screwed.
I'm guessing that I know it's the
I'm
probably
gonna relay that
devilish
information
type of
to
thing as
him.
well with my roll.
Yeah, with an 18, you would know that with the circumstances of a piece of paper magically appearing on the ground, it's a talking bird, and then I'm sure Anthamilla is going to say something about this. What's your Eldrin? Out of curiosity, what is your languages?
Elven, Common, Abyssal.
Also, did you just attack?
I did.
Okay.
Oh!
Everyone, stop.
Oh wow.
Okay.
All right. So Eldrin, you rolled a 15. And sorry, let me open this thing.
John, go ahead, preemptively do this if you need it.
You absolutely hit. And how much damage was it? It was 10? Okay. Your rapier strikes true, and you hear a unholy shriek. And that's what happens. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
All right,
Oh,
just
dear
rolled
God.
mine up there.
Make sure you.
God,
Hmm.
that's a fast bird.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
no, they're still reading.
Top of the initiative. The bird
I'm still reading
disappears.
stupid contract.
No, you had already read it. Well, actually, no. You probably got halfway through before Eldrin did this, maybe. Actually, it wasn't even that far, because he kind of just did it.
Yeah.
But you could immediately tell, even with a short look, that
Loophole.
As soon as I figured out that it was a fiend.
So you suddenly it disappears.
Look at it there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, let me actually do that.
Am I still holding that stupid contract?
Yeah.
That didn't disappear.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't get your thumbprint on it.
No.
Eldrin,
Going to
it is your turn.
Carefully roll the contract.
I mean, I'll yell at Derek. What are you doing talking to a devil?
Okay.
I point my rapier at him.
Can I respond now or just wait till my turn?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you doing anything else, moving or anything?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, are we still in combat?
We're still in initiative. Over here.
We're still in initiative because I want people to act how they're going to act.
Got it.
Edmund, your turn.
You're muted. Oh, you should
Wait,
talk.
that thing was a devil?
Yes. Don't you know? Hasn't your father taught you their
I
ways?
didn't exactly pay attention most of my life. It's only the most recent years that I've really started to pay more attention to what he said.
You should listen to your father more.
Apparently,
I guess I'll look to Anthemilla and I'll say, I bet you the contract wasn't straightforward.
No, this thing was full of plot holes. This would have been your soul. Looking at Derek. If you'd have signed this.
Oh, I moved again.
Yeah, I shake my head and put my rapier down.
Alright, is anybody doing anything else?
Realizing that he was fooled.
Did he already sign that contract? Like the bird, did he already put his little John Hancock on the contract?
No, he offered, but you interrupted him.
So it's blank in two spaces. The signee and the signer, I guess.
Yeah,
Interesting. I'm going to roll up that contract and put it in my bag.
sure.
Hmm.
You have a contract. Alright. Are you guys going to do anything else?
no.
I mean, I'll tell Derek to not be so gullible next time. If you hear anything on your watch, you're supposed to wake us up, not deal with it on your own. That's what watches are for. Unless we need to start doing 2 people watches nowadays.
All right.
Understood. And moving forward, if it's anyone outside the 5 of us, I'll yell and alert everyone awake.
5?
Yeah, there's 5
Duncan?
of you. Don't
There is
forget
5
Duncan,
of us.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
Duncan.
I know.
He's still in the tent. I told him to stay there.
You might as well have buried Duncan with Kendre.
No.
Eldrin's like,
Duncan's
who?
gonna become the greatest.
Out of character, I know this. In character, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Gotcha.
Look,
So yeah,
I
like,
think we might want to, because we're doing. There's 4 of us. I mean, Duncan, there's 5. But I mean, if we want to make sure this doesn't happen again, because we don't want someone losing their soul over a night watch, we can synchronize our watches.
What?
What's a watch?
Oh god.
I hate
No, we
everything.
just watch at the same time. Just at the same time, synchronize our watch.
I hate everything.
Yeah,
Eldrin is a bit.
I
confused.
understood that reference with my
That was-
head.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's the only way you can understand that reference.
But yeah, Duncan doesn't get watches on his own. I don't trust his ability.
Well, there you go. We already have
That's
synchronized
probably
watches.
that's probably for the best.
He rolled the highest. I was secretly hoping it would be him, and it was him. If you guys would have not made the perception checks to wake up, basically I was making you do. I was doing the perception checks for my end and subtracting 5 for it. When you're sleeping, you get disadvantage on perception checks. I just don't like to tell people what rolls are for sometimes when it's like something critical like this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no, that's fair. It's more fun.
It was, yeah, I liked it. At some
So-
point, by the way, almost immediately after this conversation, Eldrin, you hear fluttering going off in the distance, like flapping.
Can I look in the direction and see if I see anything?
There's nothing there. But just, that's a thing, because your passive perception is so high.
Yeah.
Woo!
We'll have to keep watch. It looks like we're being monitored.
Oh, okay. So that was that. That was an interesting, almost got somebody. Almost got a
No.
soul in session 1 already.
God.
I was ready. I was. They have like a list of a whole bunch of things he could offer, and I'm like, money's not good. He's gonna ask
This guy
about the
doesn't
thing.
want anything.
Yeah, I was gonna come up with something on the fly for the magic power thing, which would have been a disaster, but someone woke up. That would have been like a character death, effectively, if that happened. He should have readily agreed. Like the imp should have said yes, 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 yes.
I'll take your power, sure.
It would have been game over. That would have been bad. Okay, so the next few days go uneventful, and you make it to the town of Daggerford. Daggerford's not huge. It has a couple of establishments, stores, etc., etc. You feel like it might be a good place for you to rest, relax. You know, you've been on the road for several days now. And, you know, this is the first civilization you've seen in a while. A couple weeks, probably. Or maybe a week. I'm not good at judging distance.
I want to make a note of, in our travels,
Yeah.
I want to keep a especially close eye on Anthony. Just because I know that she's hiding something, and being a tiefling, and now devils coming around seems suspicious to me.
Sure.
So I want to keep a close eye on her.
Okay. My map is being really weird right now. I'm on another screen and it's like freaking out.
Yeah, it's not.
Is in Daggerford, would you say there's any kind of library? Again, trying that Arcana check. I feel Derek would be desperately trying to heed Antonilla's requests. You know, kind of feels like he owes that. So would there be any place he could? And besides her. I don't think he's actually talked about the coin yet to the others.
Can you give me an active insight check? I know your character is really dense, but there's something that came up that might have given you more information about something.
Oh,
Before
man.
you even make it to Daggerford, this might be relevant.
Okay.
Down.
Oh, this is so bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Come
Oh,
on.
Yeah.
Team!
So thinking about it, you've been sitting there, and you're
Flash
like,
of insight.
why did that creature that was apparently a devil seem so interested in the coin? And so you're kind of thinking about it, and you're like, I don't know, maybe someone that knows stuff about religious stuff might be able to figure out more about this, because devils they're kind of related to the whole religious extraplanar hierarchy situation. It's kind of an area you personally haven't had a lot of dabbling in, and in fact that's kind of part of the reason why you're on this, right? You think that there might be some extraplanar reasons for the cause of your powers, right? So perhaps someone with knowledge of religion might be able to tell someone more about this.
okay. Upon that kind of epiphany, I think I would convey that and tell Antonilla, hey, this isn't really my forte, but I noticed that the devil seemed really interested in coin. Maybe that's something we should be looking into. And then that's it.
Okay. Do you want to keep holding on to the coin?
A moment of clarity finally washes over him. I think I almost just gave this very important coin to a devil. Probably it would be best back in your hands. And he even shows her. He's like, I drew it out, so I can show the symbol around.
All right. I palm the coin and throw it into the chamber.
Wait, did you say you showed it around to everybody?
No.
Well, I told her if need be, I copied the symbol.
Okay.
I don't need the coin
show
itself.
it around.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was that. Anything else you guys want to do before Daggerford?
Have I found any usable wood?
No, not
On
during
the
this
hallway?
stretch. Not on this stretch. You're pretty confident you're going to find a lot during the next stretch, though, after Daggerford. I just used your nature check for that stretch of road.
Oh, sounds good.
All right. Daggerford is here. You're at Civilization again.
Yeah, we made it.
you
Barely.
have shops. And, I don't know. I don't think you guys have been in very much danger yet. Let's be honest. Come on. Like,
Well, other
I
than
do
someone
think
might be losing
Derek-
their soul, that's
Yeah,
not
Derek-
much danger.
Derek's had 2 flubs right one after another. He's probably not on best terms with everyone.
Maybe
right
have
now.
a mace right up to his face with his weapon. What's your AC? Like
12.
all right. So the first thing I'm going to announce is after that encounter that you successfully traversed without dying, you guys are actually level 2.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
go ahead and take a
Okay.
quick moment to level using D&D Beyond. The first encounter was actually a pretty high difficulty for 4 characters, by the way. So yeah.
Oh, I see.
I'm glad I hit on that trick.
They were looking like in your general direction too. They're like, where did the heck that guy go?
Yeah, so
Douche.
if something, like I just like disappear. Alright, so how do we level up?
So
Yeah,
you're
right.
going to level up along the road, so you're going to be level 2 before Daggerford. So what you're going to do is go to D&D Beyond, and you just open up your character sheet, and on the character sheet, when you go to edit, there's a section for class, I believe it's on.
There's a
Okay.
managed level drop down.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was the edit or manage.
I just do edit, and I click on the class tab, and I set my class to level 2.
Oh, if you click manage level, it takes you
takes you
exactly
there.
where
Oh,
Yeah,
got it.
where
Got it,
he's
got it.
telling you,
Awesome.
are you sure you want to level up? Confirm.
Oh, I gotta pick my spells.
Yep. Luckily, I picked all of mine already.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 5 minutes. Go ahead and everyone level to level 2 really quick. Use restroom if you need to. Grab some water, and we will be back in 5 minutes. So at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Cool.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
All right.
I will be here though. I'll hang out and chat with anybody that's in chat.
Just remove. Oh, so while I guess this is a good opportunity, we had kind of joked about this earlier, Donald. Again, like nobility, despite his 40 years of traveling, he's only just, the ways of the world, everything. So what I kind of envision is he's still really gullible, but he likely wouldn't fall for the same trick twice. So like
Sure.
next time he sees for example, he knows, the moment you think you're putting their hand, don't hurt them. Somebody's offering you a deal, say nay.
Next time you do a talking spider. If it's not a raven, he'll believe it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe so something like that. Talking monkey, those are usually very nice in Zelda. you gotta trust the talking monkey. Alright, so can I... Yes, it's there. Okay. Once we click on that, does it refresh, or do I have to do anything else?
You have to make selections. So for you, there's probably going to be spell selections that'll appear in the drop down below under
Yep.
spellcasting. You have to click on spellcasting, I think, and there should be. Oh no, I'm sorry. You click on spells up at the top.
Yeah. So I did all of that. I think I've added everything I need.
Yeah.
Oh, spells. There it is.
I could check. Let me look at your character.
That's
It should be very quick to level using D&D Beyond. There's not a lot of choices usually this early, unless you're multi-classing, in which case it's still not a lot of choices. It just kind of does it for you. Let's see. Derek.
Pretty much, yeah, for me, I should now know level 1 spell, which I chose.
Yeah, you already knew level 1 spells, though.
I just wanted to see if it got reflected, I guess, on Twitch.
You're good. The biggest thing that you gain
check.
is you just gain the ability to use sorcery points, okay?
Ooh, that's right.
You might want to read about that. It's not a thing I'm going to explain here on stream. You might have to read about that if you don't know how the feature works. So.
Nope. I'm aware of him, but I would have forgotten. Cool. Meanwhile, I'm going to use the restroom. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna run your use the restroom real quick.
Oh, are we doing HP by the average?
Average, yes.
I think it does automatically.
It does.
Okay.
Average is mathematically best, too, because it rounds up.
Yeah, it's
Not even close. It always makes me mad, though, when I'm playing with people that allow rolls, and then they always roll, like, 100 million, and I'm like, oh, man. Every time I do this, I'm rolling 1 for hit point every single time.
yeah, it changes the game.
It really does.
It becomes a lot more survival.
If you're a wizard with a negative con score for some reason, you literally start the game with 5 hit points. And that's just simply not playable if you roll for hit points at next level. I actually think you could die, because doesn't negative con... Like, there's a possibility that you gain 0 hit points.
I think at that point, like, that guy never, like, died when he was, like, young. Good roll again. We're all different characters.
You're not making it with 5 hit points. Any spell in the game that is cast at you that has a half damage on save, you're just dead, no matter what.
Did you, Donald, want to try to refresh everybody's video?
Oh
in the
crap!
stream?
That's what I was supposed to be doing. Hold on.
Focus yours for something. Okay.
The good news is I took Elion's advice, and I should actually be able to fix it real quick. Because I took screenshots of the settings just in case anything went wrong. So I can do that really quick while we're waiting. Okay, to food. Because he's clearly pooping. Game settings. Oh, so the struggle is I don't remember which one goes where. I took a screenshot of all the settings, but I don't know which one's for the broken one. Crap. So which one is this? This one, Kenny. Kenny's back, of course. I'm gonna have to. I'll probably fix it next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'm lying because I realized why it's broken. I think.
What's broken?
Hold on. It's
my video feed.
Yeah, you're fixed. I fixed you.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I realized what was broken.
Can we look at the stream really quick, or is it not?
Yeah, no, you're good to look at the stream right now.
Yeah.
yay! I'm there.
Everyone's in. Yeah,
Cool.
It was an easy fix too. I don't know why that was broken, but yeah, that's it. It was just not looking at the Discord process. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back, everybody. We're in Daggerford. After several days of travel and a couple of awkward situations, your combined experience dealing with bandits, thugs, and potentially a devil has landed you safely in Daggerford. You're a little smarter than you were before, a little stronger, and you are now back in civilization. You can now rest in a place of comfort instead of sleeping on the ground. That might not be a happy thing for all of you, but what do you want to do?
Alright, I'm gonna look for a blacksmith or something so I can sell the maces.
Sure, absolutely. So, for selling, as long as the gear is in decent shape, which these maces are, you will get half of... Well, let me look at my selling treasure. Half their cost. So, whatever the gold value of a mace is, the blacksmith will offer you half that. Let me look it up for you really quick.
Same thing for leather armor.
Yes.
The prices are online in the deal.
The blacksmith will offer you 2.5 gold per mace, so 5 gold for you, Antamilla.
Alright.
The leather armor that you shamelessly stripped off the crying dwarf
Yep.
is worth... leather is 10 gold, so you would get 5.
Actually, do you want to just give that to Duncan? Does he have any armor?
Duncan has nothing.
Oh!
Yeah.
A lot
Leather
of
armor would be nice.
Would a mace help?
Wow, you really don't take.
He probably has like a training sword that's not useful for combat.
Oh,
That,
Duncan's
like,
end is near.
A wooden stick.
It's
I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's like
hand him one of the maces instead of selling both of them. So just 2 gold, 2 gold, 5 silver, something like that.
I should have had the creature try to make a deal with Duncan and just end him right then and there.
no. So
Um,
did somebody give him leather armor, or am I buying it from them? Like,
no, I have one, so I can give him one.
cool.
Okay.
And now he
Let me do
has
it.
a
I'm gonna
mace.
remove it from my
He's gonna die. He's not gonna make it.
Yeah, we can always rip the leather armor from his head.
Not if it's destroyed by firebolts. Alright, so you did some selling. Is there any shopping you want to do? Are you going to sleep here? Like, what are you guys going to do? It is getting late. In the
Yeah, we
we
should
wanna
probably
rest here for
sleep
the
in
night?
town, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I prefer camping, but if they wanna,
You don't have to stay with them.
I'd rather stay with the party.
That's a good idea. Okay, so let me put you guys in
Is there some place, I mean, of like hot running water, I think is like the baseline of comfort. Anything below that is not particularly good. So that would probably be the level to which Derek expects on his journeys. Is there some place that we can get a nice hot bath? Somebody to be able to tend to that?
Probably not. Like, they're bathing in buckets here, like that sort of situation, or on the river that they're pretty close to. They definitely aren't going to have, like nice bathing setups. You might be able to somehow set something up, but I don't think it's going to be a very common thing here. It's a pretty, like, it's not a very large town.
Okay. Then it sounds like I would try to find and persuade, find the nicest accommodations and state that's my intent. They're welcome to join me or not. But the party members.
So you're going to look for, like, the nicest inn in town, pretty much?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Alright, well, the good news is you find it without issue, because there's only one inn in town. Give me just a second, let me move you guys to the map.
And I would probably offer somewhat like as a bargaining chip, olive branch, saying, hey, tonight's on me, I've messed things up. So I would offer to pay for everybody's lodgings.
Nice.
Sure.
So-
Except for Duncan.
Scum-ass Duncan.
I'm kidding.
Duncan keep to the horses.
Duncan too.
Alright, so
All right,
the innkeeper tells you that the rate per night at this, the comfortable River Shining Tavern, is actually quite expensive. It is 1 gold per night and 8 silver per meal.
What?
But that's per room, so it's not like you're gonna buy 4 rooms, like you guys could share rooms. But yeah, it's 1 gold per night for a room.
I would ask the party, hey, how about we get 2 rooms then? Even if there's a little extra, that work for everyone? Between the 5 of us, 2 rooms?
If you're
I have no
willing to
problem
pay
with
for it, seems like a waste of money to me. You can just sleep in. House.
It's like, no, that's terrible. We need to have some once in a while. And yeah, so I would offer the 2 gold. At least for the rooms. On your own.
Did I put you guys on the GM layer again?
I can find my own food.
Did I even move you guys to the right map? No, you
I
guys
can
didn't move
control
your guys.
myself.
Okay, cool.
We are in a tavern for sure.
Excellent. Alright, cool. So you're talking to the innkeeper. Negotiating for a room. Are you guys gonna do anything in particular? Sit down, get drinks, do anything?
I am absolutely going to get a drink.
Classic dwarf. Okay.
I would like to try to politely haggle to just get something lowered.
Sure. Okay, so what are you gonna say to him? Like, what are you gonna offer or say to the innkeeper to try to persuade him to lower his price?
So, kind of fluff him up a little bit first and suggest he has a level. Is it a he? What's the innkeeper like?
Let's see. He's right here. You can zoom
Okay.
in on your screen. He's a pretty handsome gentleman with a man beard.
Sounds good. So I suggest, this is a lovely inn. The dagger. Usually I have to end up sleeping on the side of the. This would, if perhaps if come to some kind of arrangement, I can spread word. I'm actually nobody. Waterford, and I can bring in a lot of customers. I'm sure there's market and travelers from the region that have to cross through. Word of mouth sells really good, and that's kind of what I go. I bribe them with marketing.
Okay. That's pretty persuasive. Are you intending to actually do that, or are you just kind of like blowing shit? Like, I'm trying to determine whether you're making persuasion or deception, basically.
No, I think I would genuinely try whenever possible. So
Sure, give me a persuasion
it's
check
a
with
little
advantage.
it's self-fulfilling, but I'll whatever.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. You made a pretty convincing argument. Right now, he's kind of run down on business because there's, not a lot of people traveling through here. Ooh,
16.
You didn't even need the advantage. You rolled really well. He says, "You know what? If you pass my word, are you heading south or north?"
South to Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
A lot of people come from there.
yeah. If you can make mention of people you see along the road to Baldur's Gate, that would be enough for me. You know what? I could cut you a deal. Instead of a gold and 8 silver per meal, how about half a gold and your meals are free?
I'll take it.
Excellent. I will get. And how much? You said you wanted 1 room or 2 room?
2 rooms. Please.
Actually,
night.
so 1 gold. Sorry, I was giving you half off.
Yeah.
So he would say 1 gold and your meal's free. Okay.
Cool. How much is a meal?
8
Again?
silver.
8 silver. How much are drinks?
Drinks are cheap.
Find that out.
It's like a copper for like a flagon of ale.
All
They're
right,
dirt cheap. If you want to get drunk, you could get drunk all day.
So then for 10 copper, I'm going to get 2 rounds, first 2 rounds for everybody.
Cool. Is everyone gonna drink? Is anyone staying out of it?
Oh, absolutely. I shout over the bar.
So-
I'm starting to make amends already.
Just like in real life, I have a really bad habit. Same thing. He just buys them and kind of sets them, here you guys go, whether they actually partake or not.
All right. There's an open table over here. Are you guys gonna sit there, or were you gonna leave outside, or?
And I'm sorry, lastly, what was the name of this inn?
Oh, sorry. It is the River Shining Tavern.
River Shining? Okay. Cool. I asked him that, and I just kind of like mental note, and I go about my business now.
Cool. So you guys are gonna drink up. Is anyone doing anything else, or is everyone hanging out together?
I take about I guess two things of ale. Is there any type of church in the town?
Great question. I believe there is. Bear with me just a second. I actually am a decent DM, and in my notes, I put a link to the wiki page for the town, and Forgotten Realms wiki. That's bigger than I thought. There is, when wandering around in the blacksmith, you saw a temple dedicated to Shanti, a temple dedicated to Lathander. You saw a shrine to Tempest, and a shrine to Tamora. The one that would stand out most to you is the shrine to Tempest, as your god is an exarch of Tempest. And by the way, randomly during your standing around in the bar, a man walks in the inn and goes to talk to the barkeep. And this man is particularly distinct because he's wearing full plate armor.
Oh,
He has a very obvious shield with a symbol on it of a holy symbol on it of, come on, where is it? I thought it, I never got off here. Sorry, I just want to make sure I get this right. Ah, yes, a symbol of Torm on his shield.
A torn?
Torm. T-O-R-M. You would all know that because it's a pretty, one of the major gods. And it is a good god. Very good aligned god. He kind of actually whispers something to the barkeep and puts a pouch on the table of what you suspect is a large amount of coin of some sort. Like, you hear it make a thud on the table. And the innkeeper kind of suddenly just speaks up pretty loudly. And he goes, "Everyone! I've been informed that an evil spirit has taken up residence in this inn. But the good news is, the generous Sir Ardor has offered to exorcise this evil spirit, and he requests that all of you leave at once." And the innkeeper kind of smiles widely, and he says, "He's even offered to refund your rooms for the night. Come up and get your coin." And people kind of just start walking up to the innkeeper, kind of flooding the front.
Should I do an insight check to see if he is being truthful?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check. Also, Kenny, his Sir Ardor, A-R-D-O-R. You think that the innkeeper's being truthful. And
Cool. And where was his holy symbol, by the way? Sorry, I missed that.
on his shield.
On the shield.
Gotcha. That's what I thought. Just making sure.
Yeah. So people start coming up and getting their golds and leaving the inn.
Nobody complains or anything?
No, they're basically being asked to leave their inn and getting a full refund of their money, and they're cool
One would
with it.
suspect you're at the inn, though, because you don't have somewhere to stay.
He didn't say that they couldn't come back later. He's saying he's there to exorcise a demon or an evil spirit. So he's just going to take care of his business, and he doesn't want anyone else in here.
I walk back up to the bartender and kind of go, "Hey, buddy, what's up? Does that include us?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, if you need it."
And he hands you your gold.
I mean, he'll take the gold and kind of start walking off.
Okay. As you start to leave, Sir Arter calls out to you, and he says, "Please, if you could wait a moment."
Calls out to me specifically, or
Yep, you specifically.
oh boy.
By name?
Well, nobody else said they were leaving, right? Out of the party, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Let's see what his name
So I guess I turn around at kind of a I turn around and point like that kind of thing.
Did he call him by name?
Whose name?
Oh, right.
Did you call his name?
No, I mean, did it's an Arthur call him by name, or did he
No,
you?
they didn't refer to him by name. He just said, "Hey, you."
Okay.
And he says, "If you could, innkeeper, please leave as well. I plan to ask these are obviously adventurers, to see if they would be able to help me with dealing with this evil spirit." The innkeeper kind of looks the man up and down and he says, "Absolutely." And he leaves. And the guy kind of looks at you, and he begins to explain, because I'm sure you're wondering what's going on, right? Like, why did he stop you in particular?
So as of right now, nobody else can hear.
The inn is cleared out. Your party could hear.
Oh, okay, everyone in the party can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. So this guy goes, "As an acolyte of Torm..." Oh, sorry, I need to do a better voice for him. "As an acolyte of Torm in the city of El Turel, I was told that there existed evil beyond that of mortals. I learned that 9 kingdoms of cruelty roiled and burned in the everlasting darkness beyond our plane. I learned that beings of such evil are only prevented from overrunning our realm by one cosmic law. They cannot open doorways across the plains on their own. Fiends, demons, devils, they can only be called to this realm by mortals." And he says, "Mortals who consort with devils are evil, and evil is to be purged!" And he throws a oil lamp he was holding down on the ground here. And a fire suddenly kind of erupts. And I'd like for everyone to roll.
Should we go into initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that fast. So
I mean,
Just like that. All right. No.
that's what happened. That's a thing. And fire kind of appears. A lot of fire.
did anybody get hurt?
But you're about to see
Oh.
fire.
Dang it.
Sick.
Oh,
Hey, Donald, can we take that? Nah. Guess I'll.
Can you take what?
I forgot to click the. I didn't know if you could manually put my
You
roll
can do
in.
it after. Just do it again,
Yeah.
and then you edit your
You could go in and do it. If you roll twice on accident, just use the first roll. Always. I don't want you guys to be inconsistent, and if the second roll is better, like, oh, I'm going to stick with the second roll. Like that sort of situation. But
There. All right.
oh wow.
just for future reference,
Yep.
would he have to have one initiative for him to do that before?
It's effectively a surprise.
But I mean, it's not like we were not paying attention to him. If he starts making a move, figure that's self-initiative.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you told me you were, like, suspecting he was gonna attack you for some reason.
I definitely wasn't expecting him to attack as Kenny.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I did ask for an insight check on the other guy, but I guess, yeah.
You asked for an insight check?
Well,
On the-
it seemed like a weird situation to me that he was asking everybody else to leave.
Yeah, I gave you the results of your insight check.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah.
for the innkeeper, right?
Yeah, so I guess that. Yeah.
The innkeeper was absolutely thrilled.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wasn't the one that was lying. Okay. Top of the initiative. This guy rolled really good, unfortunately.
Before we get too far into it, and on the map that I'm seeing, what is like that? This red barrier?
It's like
trying to.
Back
It's-
behind the bar.
It's a curtain that leads behind the bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out what kind of terrain we have.
Yep. This guy is wielding a longsword. And he is actually in the fire.
Interesting.
Strange tactic.
See how it works out for him, Cotton.
He takes damage. And he attacks our friend Derek.
Of course he does.
Actually, what's the highest passive insight in the party?
I think it's 15, right?
Yeah, mine's
is it?
14. No, wait.
That's an insight for me is 13.
14
Oh.
is my insight.
Mine's 14. I thought someone had higher. So,
You were thinking of perception, I think.
You don't know why, but you think that this knight, for some reason, has it out for Derek.
oh! Well,
If Edmund didn't have an 8 intelligence, he'd probably understand why. But because Kenny thinks he knows, but Edmund does not.
Alright, and he swings his longsword twice at Derek. As he has complete attack. Oh god.
He's also wearing plate armor.
Yeah, he's wearing full plate. And I lied, he's not wearing a shield. I'm sorry. I said he was wearing a shield with a symbol. It's on his plate. He's not wearing a shield.
Oh.
He doesn't have 20 AC. Don't worry. You are hit once for 10 slashing damage.
Oh boy.
And he will say, those who consort with demons must be purged. And he steps out of the death fire.
oh wow.
Cool.
And it is now Daybreak's turn.
Alright, so what's happening to me?
You're in fire, and it's oil fire. You're gonna roll 1d6 and take that much damage from burning fire.
Cool, I am at 1 hit point.
Oh,
Problematic.
My God. Holy crap.
Okay, what will happen to me? Like, obviously out of it.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
you cut out for me?
I didn't mean to.
Since it's oil, what do I have to do?
Is he gonna
Pretty
be
much like a stop,
fire?
yeah, stop, drop, roll kind of effect.
Oh, you're not on fire.
I'm just in the fire.
Yeah, you're burning. I wouldn't be that mean. It'd be pretty.
It's more
Okay.
sense that if you're on the beginning of your turn, you take fire damage, isn't it? The mechanics of it?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so we're not supposed to.
Start of its turn in fire or enters it for the first time on their turn.
Let's see.
So I think what I'm going to do. Does it? It won't affect any of my movement.
Nope.
Alright. So I'm going to hop over 25 feet back here, out of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much at this point just like running, putting everything out. And then what I will do is... Where's the door? This is the door? Okay. Kind of fearing for my life in a I'm grabbing my focus and then kind of touching myself.
Ugh.
And a shimmer goes about me, and I will cast Mage Armor, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Antamila.
Jesus Christ, it's always something. Alright, so I'm gonna go over and heal him.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And all I got right now is.
Alright, so roll 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. So
Heal 3.
Um,
yeah, it's that plus your wisdom. What's your wisdom?
The middle wisdom modifier probably brings up to 2 more points, so it's just 3 points.
Okay.
3 not bad, especially at level 2.
3's pretty bad.
3 is terrible.
Let's just be honest with ourselves.
10
I
would have
mean,
been nice.
He took 5 fire damage. Mm.
What would be the easiest way in Roll 20 to temporary... So my armor class is 15 now, for the next 8 hours.
There's not a convenient way to do it. Just
Okay.
replace it to make your life a lot easier. And just change it back when you're done. I will tell you that it is very unlikely for this first leg of the adventure that you will do more than one encounter in a day. I'm not saying that's not a thing, but it's very rare, so it might even just be worth it for you to say you're casting it at the start of the day. Just mark off your spell slot and you have that AC. It's up to you if you want to do that.
That was kind of the plan. I mean, in this case, it didn't matter.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, even if you did that today, theoretically, it's now nighttime, so it'll probably worn off because it's only like
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, in future cases, that we'll find. I'll actually be making a mention of that. So, what's happening? We at?
Yeah, next on the initiative, if Antamila is done, is Edmund. Edmund, when you look like you're ready to spring into action, the knight pleads to you. And he says, I could tell you're a holy man. Help me purge the evil.
I'm assuming I have to roll fire damage as well at the start of my
Yeah, you're taking fire. You're burning. It's a free action to talk. He's just calling out to you specifically.
Yeah. So 2 fire damage.
It burns!
So I apologize. Did Antamila actually cast
I healed
Cure
you for-
Wounds?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she healed you for 3.
Ah, much
Yeah.
appreciated. Okay.
Yikers.
It's better than nothing, I guess. It's going for 10, but
Yep.
Edmund will respond with, perhaps we need to reevaluate what evil means. And he will... Am I gonna... You ran... How far away are you now? 5, 10... He had like a... This dude looked like he was like burning hatred at their...
Your passive insight was what?
14.
Yeah, it wasn't burning, but you could tell he seems to be like he was kind of singling him out.
Gotcha. As he steps forward, as Edmund steps forward, he will raise his shield a bit so as to use his holy symbol, and he will say, "Helm, protect my allies," and he shield of faith on Derek.
Alright, what does that do?
I linked it in chat.
Alright.
Nice.
Cool.
Plus 2 AC. Concentration, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep, concentration bonus action.
Alright, so that
Alright.
puts me at
I'm assuming it
17.
doesn't matter if I go through the fire, but if it does,
It's only I'm only gonna do it one time a
Um,
turn.
You do it just because
Okay.
it's a bonus action, so you can still use your action, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to get to use it before he attacked, but unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
Just +2, straight +2 bucks. Okay, yeah, that does work.
17 to hit, 6 slashing if hits.
It misses. He
Yeah,
holds up his
figured.
long sword with 2 hands and parries your attack, and he says, "Your conviction is weak. You've been charmed by the devil. I will purge you. I will make sure that you get a proper burial." Alright, anything else?
That's my turn.
Okay. Eldrin.
Alright. We'll move over. Here. I will cast on his mark.
Okay.
I don't know why I cast that. Instead of putting that text.
It's a bonus action for Hunter's Mark, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys made it.
I know what it does. You're good.
Yeah, yeah. And then I will shoot this guy.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Nice.
There we go.
23. It hits him. Arrow, like, grazes side of his armor, but it hits, like, a part under the armpit that might not be as weak. 11 damage total?
Yes.
Okay. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Next turn. The fire expands by 5 feet in all directions.
Well, this might be useful.
I love how this guy's like, "Hey, leave your inn," and then just sets it on fire.
Yeah. At least he didn't let innocent people burn on fire, right?
Well, I mean,
It is the only
we're
inn in
kind of
this
innocent
area.
people too, so.
What'd you say,
Yeah,
Eliana?
It is the only inn in the town.
Yeah?
It is kind of a bit.
Alright, at the start of his turn, he's gonna
Yes,
take
we
some
do.
burning.
He's taking more damage from the fire.
He takes a lot too, that was hurt.
Ooh.
He ignores you and brazenly approaches our homeboy. If you get an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Now, would I also? No, it's going into range. Never mind.
And you're gonna hit him too. For how much damage is it? 7?
7.
Alright, he takes 7 damage.
Are we gonna be since there's nothing in 5e technically? Are you gonna be telling us / marking when they're bloody or no?
He is bloodied, but
You know, I mean, if you haven't decided yet, you don't have to address it right this second. I was just curious.
Oh, yeah, it's just.
I'll let you know how close they are. I'll
He
try
is,
to do.
he is bloodied. With that
What does that
attack
mean?
specifically.
What does that mean?
They're at half hit points or less.
Okay.
It
Alright.
used to give certain benefits, but it doesn't anymore. It's just
Just a clarification. Where are the exits to this place?
That's a good question.
Like,
Here.
I figured here.
Here. And here.
So there's an exit here.
Yep, it's a window, but I mean, in a situation like this, that qualifies as an exit, right?
So then this
So-
would be an
So
exit.
is that also an exit?
Oh, I didn't see that one. Yep, that's one too.
Looks like. Yeah.
Alright, and he swings on you with his longsword twice. You have a lot more AC now. Good luck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Beat a 17? Or meat, I should say.
He doesn't beat a 17. He swings with fervor that you've never seen before, and he just can't seem to land his blow on you. And he mutters in like disbelief, "Devil's magic," and he's done. Derek, it is your turn.
Okay. So now, right. Okay, so you changed everything on me now. For whatever reason, I wasn't on
Pardon.
fire.
Wait, what'd you say?
It's talking to myself. Okay, so Garrick pretty much points at this guy, and as the sound of first bells fill the air, he needs to make a wisdom saving, or he takes 1d12 product damage. Because I'm assuming he's missing hit points.
Oh, yeah.
So I am
Oh.
casting
Toll the Dead?
full dead.
I love told you that.
Oops, I rolled 16,
Usually only. use
but I
one
rolled the
turn.
wrong save. What was the save I was supposed to make?
Wisdom.
Oh, it's the same roll. He passes, right? 16?
Yeah.
Your vile demon magics won't work on me.
I I think I really think, fearing for his life, that it's Derek is frantically trying. So if I was to get off, take the opportunity attack, would I only get to the window? Could I like actually get through it this turn?
You're trying to like just jump shoulder through the window?
Yeah.
I will say that you could do that.
Okay. So he's pretty much, I gotta risk it and kind of trying anyways to bounce out, taking that opportunity attack.
Okay. He misses.
Oh my god. Alright. So I guess really he's bounced out through there and kind of hops up and yelling at you guys to hurry, try to get out. And that's his turn.
Okay. On to Mila.
He's within 5 feet of me, yeah? I mean, diagonal's fine, yeah?
Yeah. He's 5 feet.
I'm just gonna get some.
You've already been tainted by the devil.
Is there any smoke happening in here?
I don't want to think about smoke.
Okay, let's
I
not think
reached
about it.
over
Don't worry
to
about it.
Yeah,
I
it
was
would
gonna
be
say, like-
very bad with AC 18 hitting with disadvantage against smoke. I'm not going to do that to you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do this. Alright, so my hand starts crackling with dark energy. It's like, you want to see evil? I'll show you evil. And I try to hit him with inflict wounds.
Alright, what's the save I have to make? Oh, it's a melee spell
I think
attack.
a melee attack, yes.
Okay.
And that is +4, so 17.
It's a miss.
Ugh.
He kind of bashes your hand away. Be gone, foul devil! I'll end you soon enough.
And then I will try and block. Well, he's gonna have to go by his way, but yeah, I'm gonna step over here in my turn.
Okay. It is now Edmund's turn. Edmund takes... Yep.
Ooh.
5 fire damage. It burns!
And Edmund's going to.
Yeah, do a concentration check.
Oh, good call.
Oh yeah, thank you. I admit to have that ready, and then I forgot about it. So.
Gain inspiration, Elion.
I already have it.
Ooh, I
God
failed
darn it.
everything.
I hate it.
You definitely failed with a 3. Holy crap.
Yeah. Wow, that sucks. I rolled a 1, not 1.
The magical shield of divine energy that was protecting you, Derek, has disappeared.
It did its job.
Cool.
It let him get away.
I say thank you through the window.
Thank you.
And Edmund will say, despite appearances, I assure you there's no evil here. There's no devils here. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Let's just stop and put this fire out and discuss this like civilized people. And
Okay.
I'd like to make a persuasion check.
Yeah, please.
Mm. Man,
I really wish you had advantage.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
Alex, I'm gonna message you something on
Okay.
Facebook. Please look at it like as soon as possible.
I think you can message people on Roll20. Like
Yeah,
direct
whisper
Yeah,
to them.
I'd rather not. If you guys could see it at that point, I trust you guys, but
What do you mean we could see it?
If we looked on the Twitch stream.
Oh, on the stream.
Mhm.
yeah.
Plus, maybe he wants to keep it a secret from me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is
Ah.
anyone we know watching, by the way?
I think,
Jeff
I think
is.
Jeff's.
And,
Yeah, I was gonna say Jeff said he-
Andrew.
Oh, cool.
And Ben was too.
Who?
Ben. Candy
Oh,
Crush
yeah,
Fan.
yeah.
we sound so excited our friends are watching.
Pretty sweet.
All right.
Yeah, that's my whole.
So whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
Oh, Eldrin. What's up, dude?
I'm gonna move over here. I will use my inspiration to make an attack.
Oh, inspiration! Incoming sharpshooter.
Let's go!
Holy crap!
I'm
Yep.
really happy you did that inspiration.
Nice.
Your arrow strikes true. Ugh! The knight takes an arrow to the shoulder. He pulls
So
it out
close.
instantly. I will purge you. Fire's turn. Oh man, he's gonna die from fire.
Oh no.
he killed himself.
Oh no. Played himself.
By the way, this inn though.
It's,
Oh man.
that was not a very good way
Do I
to
have any
stop
water
fire.
magic?
I would need. Oh, it would burn by the time I said it. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be able to save this
Free
one.
action. Free action. Edmund goes, Duncan, go get pails of water, quickly.
How did this?
Uh-oh.
See if it kills him.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what'd you say?
Is this a well or a campfire?
Oh,
You put a fire there, I'm like, oh.
I conveniently added a well to the map. Alright, this guy's turn. At the start of his turn, he takes
Drum roll.
4 damage. Alright, well, he's gotta do what his character's gotta do. He provokes 2 opportunity attacks.
Alrighty.
These guys like charmed or something.
Can you
He's charmed by the power
Maybe.
of Demon Slay.
can you make opportunity attacks non-lethal?
Yeah.
I'll say sure.
Okay, so we're gonna try not to kill this man.
Yeah. As he goes to flee, Edmund would say like, "Don't kill him.
Don't kill him! Don't kill him! Don't you do it!
What?
My advantage, man." No.
You guys need to be flanking there.
True.
Donald, would you say through the window I'd be able?
Oh,
Like,
I should have rolled.
don't kill him?
Oh, I shouted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Do you
Kenny,
get your
now
proficiency
you're
bonus
killing
to
me.
hit as well, and a strength to hit?
Wait, what are you asking, Maurice?
Proficiency bonus and strength to hit with the weapon, because I rolled it with just a d20. I was gonna add it, but I can just roll it through the.
Yeah, so you're gonna add whatever your strength is.
Uh huh.
So what is your strength bonus? 2 or 3?
Plus 4, I think.
2, so
But-
16, and then plus 2 is 18. So
Yes.
that your blow looks like it's going to strike true, but then the knight parries your blow using his reaction ability parry,
Oh shit.
and he rushes at Derek.
We tried to save him.
Yeah. Still at a 15 though.
15's pretty good. Hello, darkness, my old friend. He hits you with one of the longsword attacks for 5 damage.
Oh, you. All right, I'm at -1.
So, conscious.
You're at 0.
Yep.
The last thing. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Any utterance? Alex?
And what?
Um.
Okay.
So, just had to
Uh,
make a response.
Yeah. Next act is Derek, give me a death save. Please do it on roll 20, but then mark it on D&D Beyond as success or fail.
Oh, sorry. What did you need from me? Just
Death
saving. Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to just click death save.
Oh,
I mean, now you've already rolled, you might as well use that 16s.
Yeah, you're good.
That's
So
that's all it is a d20. Yeah.
yeah, just mark it as a success in D&D Beyond.
oh, okay. Yep. All right. So, that's my turn.
Antamila.
Can I still go out this window, or is he just kind of blocking the way right now?
You could walk over him.
I
He's-
suppose I'm going
he's
to
on
have
the
to
ground.
walk over him.
He is on the ground.
Yeah, you can walk right through allies. It's fine.
All right, cool. Ah. Guy is literally just deflecting and throwing everything we hit at him. Let's see. Cry toll the dead for now.
Dong.
Save. A certain thing. Or a certain dying person.
He's pretty dead if you hit him, I think. Oh, it's wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
He fails. Go ahead and roll damage.
See, I was all fine letting him live until he just rolled out here and took him out. Right. And he's damaged, right? So.
No, he's at full. No, yes, he's damaged. 6?
Mm-hmm.
He says, Torn, I failed you. Bleh. And he dies.
Okay.
No, don't you bump yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just kill a paladin.
Edmund, it is your turn. Okay.
Comes outside and he's like, sees two people laying on the ground. One probably blood leaving the body, and he's just like, Sorry, I was making sure that these are quick actions, and they are. Lame. I was hoping one was a bonus action.
Are you a class feature?
Yeah, they're actions. Class entries. Yeah, Edmund will use a point of lay on hands on Derek to heal him 1 hit point.
Derek,
Which is 1 hit point, not 10.
Not 10.
you are at 1 hit point, Derek. You wake up on the ground, the face of the knight right next to yours. Except blood is coming out of his ears. And he is staring lifelessly at you. With him being brought up, we could go ahead and drop out of initiative.
Marvelous.
Oh, got it.
I immediately go to the well and start trying to get some water for the damn fired inn.
Yeah.
Like, living in this world, realistically, is this a fire that could be put out?
I look to Eldrin.
Give me a
while
nature
we're
check.
trying... Oh, okay. Oh, he's doing that.
Also, Eldrin, when you step outside,
Yeah.
you hear fluttering.
Oh.
You see nothing, but it's similar to the sound you heard.
I'll let the party know. This is Devil's Doing, if we didn't already know.
Great.
Like, this could have been you to point to the dead body.
If you guys do take too long, I'm gonna make the fire spread more. So tell me what.
It's a
I'm
nature
absolutely
check,
starting to put...
Oh yeah, Edmund's definitely getting water.
I'm
Okay,
just waiting for
Once-
his nature
once
check.
they
That's
were-
all
So-
I'm doing that.
Eldrin, you might want to stop them. Eldrin knows that an oil fire plus water
Oh, yeah.
is
okay.
not good, and you could possibly make things a lot worse. I actually literally added this wall on the map to troll you guys, and I was hoping someone would try to put out the fire with water. You foiled me.
Thanks, Eldrin.
The best way to put it out would be with cloth, but at the rate it's already spread, you would have had to have done it almost immediately. It's probably almost certain that this inn is going up. There's probably nothing you could do at this point.
Yeah, it's over.
Okay. Help Derek to his feet. Ask somebody to help me drag this plate armored dude off this damn thing.
Yeah, I'll help you with the...
How tall is this guy with the plate armor?
That's a very interesting and annoying question for me.
Is he really, really heavy?
They actually put the exact character dimensions, and I
Oh my
already
God.
looked in advance. Kenny, you meet the character dimensions. Fuck you.
Ah,
That's what I was asking. Let's go.
I just
Yeah.
used my real life height too. That's what's great.
So they said how I'm gonna skip this line because it's not relevant. As well as Ardor's plate armor, which is marked with the crest of Etelgard. However, unless the character wearing it is of a similar build to him, a broad-shouldered human male weighing 200 pounds, about 200 pounds, and standing just under 6 feet tall. Kenny's character sheet has him 5'11", 200 pounds. I'm just like, are you freaking joking? Because normally what I'd make you do is pay the resizing fee for it, but he literally matches the size exactly.
I'm not even gonna fight him to take the armor.
200 pounds was an arbitrary number, and 5'11" is my actual height.
Don't let anyone tell you those stupid stats on your character sheet that you never fill in aren't relevant. I literally looked ahead of the adventure. I also told Kenny a week ago that Alex was going down in this encounter.
You did.
I predicted it so much.
Eerie.
Okay, so you drag his body away. The inn just starts to go up. You see the innkeeper just staring mortified at his building, and people are trying to do things to help out. People walk up with pails of water, but other people are like, no, stop. The innkeeper looks in your direction, and he kind of points at you, and he just goes, "Someone, guards!
I was gonna say we should.
They're dragging away the knight's
seems like a bad idea.
But what?
We'll throw him over the horse. Go, let's go.
But they're dragging away the what?
The corpse.
Oh, corpse. Okay.
Party with
we're
good
not
aligned
dragging it
characters,
off yet,
dragging
but-
corpses behind their horse. It's freaking awesome.
Really not great. Is there a way I can sling him on my horse, like in front of me?
Yeah,
And then ride
you
him? Okay,
can put them. So you're putting the body of this knight on your horse, and you're leaving town. I take it.
Yeah.
Just gonna convene with the group. Are we just gonna run away?
Yeah,
Are we
I was
gonna assume that we
That's-
are fingered?
That's
Are we
what I
gonna
would
try
say.
it?
I'm like, they'll never believe us. This guy was a Cotton man. What are we, a tiefling? We're looking guy that.
Oh yeah. probably
Edmund
make
does
it
not
more
like the idea
forceful.
of running.
Neither do
I ain't about to put my life in danger.
Meanwhile, Derek is like holding his side. He's still bleeding profusely. And he's just like, I need to get out of here.
Townsfolk throws a rock at him and knocks him back out.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
But perhaps you're healing for more than one point.
Listen, you don't make fun of my metagaming, all right?
We should argue this on the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
let's-
Alright,
let's-
so you're
let's
collectively
go. I guess
leaving.
we're heading out.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All
Alright,
Alright,
there's too
Edmund-
much confusion in the town for anybody to stop you on horseback.
Oof.
And you're able to leave the town safely with the body of the lawful good knight on your horse front. Are you guys? I take it you guys are looting the night, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll search that. I can.
I'll be right next
Okay.
to her this time. I wouldn't let her get to me again.
I'm still gonna search tonight. You can stand right there if you want.
It's fantastic.
Okay, so the knight had a longsword. It actually looks particularly nice. And the
Particularly
longsword
nice, you said?
particularly nice, like pristine. And it has an inscription along the blade, the flat, that says "Follow the light of the companion." And the
Follow the
companion.
Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah. What was that?
Follow the light of the companion, and the C in companion is capitalized. Additionally, on his body, you have a honking set of full plate mail, which exactly fits Kenny's character.
That's
I'm just
awesome.
gonna go ahead and say we
I have a
immediately
question.
give it to Kenny.
Yes.
Well, I have a question. Does it also fit Anthamilla?
Is
Oh.
Anthamilla just under 6 feet tall and weighing about 200 pounds and a human male?
Not
Wow.
a human male. I'm 187 and
Gotcha.
I think I'm 6 feet.
Okay,
exact.
that's fine. I can hang on to it. Because the reason I ask is to not be extremely disadvantaged by it. I think you need a 15 strength, which I won't have until level 4 at least.
Oh, got it. Also, the inscription was written in Celestial, so only those of you who read Celestial, which I think there are several of you in the party who could have read
Well, that'll be interesting because I'm pretty sure both Alex and my characters do not know that they know Celestial.
that. Well, you can read it.
In that particular case, what in the world does that say on that sword?
That's
Yeah.
nice. Looks like a nice sword to me.
So how do you do this, Donald? Do we see it like as if it's common, or we see it as a thing, but we just somehow understand?
You understand it. You wouldn't have
Gotcha.
even thought that it was. You just understand it. You didn't even second guess it. It was like, oh, that says that. Don't you know that? Like, to you, it's matter of fact.
Just looks like a bunch of nicks and scrapes. Nice nicks and scrapes.
Additionally, on his body, and I don't know why they don't have this listed in the treasure section, but I think it's probably one of the most valuable things on him. He also has a spyglass.
Spyglass.
Oh.
Spyglasses are expensive. Like,
That's
it
what
might
I
even
mean.
be worth as much as the plate, actually.
As the what?
The plate armor.
Really?
They're very expensive. Glasswork of that precision. Yeah, they're worth a lot. It's 1,000 golds, by the way.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Are we gonna keep this or are we gonna sell this?
What?
Just right now.
Why is there a use for spyglass?
Objects viewed through a spyglass are magnified to twice their size.
Oh yeah. Can't even read it. Alright.
So you can see like twice the distance or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Again, should I get telescope?
Yeah, it's a spyglass. It's like pirate captains used to see other pirate ships.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Gotcha.
No,
Okay,
I was
cool.
thinking, yeah.
So yeah, I guess if we're looking over all the stuff, I would imagine either Derek or Edmund would probably read aloud the thing, just kind of not even thinking it. Especially if you actually said, "What does this say?" I don't know if you would say that or not, but
Yeah, let's say I'd say that. Looks a little bit too neat to be just normal nicks and scratches. I assume. Don't really know what Celestial looks like.
Yeah.
I have no clue what it looks like either. But yeah, just like I imagine it's like one of those things where you're just kind of like pointing and like reading along with it, and it says follow the light of the canyon.
Yeah,
Like,
someone
question
said nicks and scratches. This blade is flawless. Like, there are no nicks and scratches in it.
Well,
Like,
then.
it's there's an engraving, but there's no signs of wear on the blade itself.
Cool. I don't. Even if Derek read it or saw it, he would not be particularly in the sword right now. He would definitely
Cutting out a
Oh.
bit.
It's on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like at the end of your sentences, like your last word keeps getting cut out.
Exactly. Interesting. Dave. Hello.
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 Oh, okay.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Derek's not interested in the sword right now. I said.
Okay.
Who's taking the spyglass, I guess?
Yeah, Edmund would want to hang on to the long sword if that's not a problem. Then
Would you like to keep the spyglass, Eldrin? Since you seem to be at the far of its range, it should help you out.
I can make use for it for now. We might be able to sell this to get more useful gear for the party. But I can make this the best use of it right now. So I'll put the whole in.
sounds good.
Okay.
So just the sword, the plate armor, and the spyglass, that's it?
Just the sword, the glass. and the-
Well, you know what I'm not sure.
Just-
pretty
he
crazy.
actually didn't have any money on him because he gave all of his money to the innkeeper.
You didn't happen to have another one of those stupid oil flasks either, right?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna do my thing and say the rights to Vilker over his dead body.
Yep.
Okay.
Guess we're burying somebody else.
We should really did we keep the shovels? We should.
Yeah, I assume that the squire is dual wielding shovels. Crap! I forgot to put him in the inn. He should have been dead. I forgot I was gonna put him in the inn. This was his moment to die. Damn it!
Why do you think I really took Shield of Faith?
You need a token for him.
Yeah, Kenny, I need you to make a token for him so I can kill him.
Sure.
Don't do it, Kenny. Don't fall for
He
it.
actually possibly could have died during that fight.
Yeah.
If he was on the map, the first
Yeah.
thing that would have happened is free action, dunk and run.
Don't get run!
So this
Gotta
is
go
easy.
fast!
Have you seen the epic rap battle with The Walking Dead, where just before every verse, Rick just says, "Coral, stay." That would be.
yeah.
That would just be it. And
Alright, so you leave the town successfully. You bury the body. Over the next long rest, Kenny, Edmund would realize, after looking at the sword, that it is magical in nature.
What?
It is a +1 longsword.
What?
Yeah, just the plate armor and the spyglass. Also a +1 longsword. Let's just gear up Kenny, boys.
A level 2.
He has plate armor and a +1 longsword at level 2.
Oh, this is fine. We can just throw him into the fire. Great.
Well, good news is
Kenny
everyone's
Bird.
going for Derek, so it's fine.
So I did hear you say we're over that long rest. Yes.
Are we still in the long rest right now? Because I'm just gonna tend to his wounds through the night, I guess.
Yeah, you guys make it through the night without any other encounters. Yeah, you're fine. You make it a safe distance away from the town to the point where you think you're not going to be pursued. Find a safe camping ground, and you make it through the long rest.
By the way, at the end of the days, if I have spell slots available, I will use my. Wait, is that? Let me make sure I still. Oh no, it's a level 3. Never mind.
Or you can use Pass Without a Trace.
No, it's a primeval awareness.
Yeah, I think after that scare, just in case, so Derek can sleep a little comfortably, he would also use another spell slot for his 8 hours sleep.
Okay.
Just in case. He's like, oh, that.
yeah, if you have
So
a
I can
spell
sleep.
slot available, there's no reason not to mage armor overnight.
Yeah, so he mage armor. Well, after 8 hours, I think he would specifically wake up, cast it on himself again, and go back to bed. And he's requesting, hey, I don't want to do night watch.
You keep cutting out a lot. It's weird.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I heard the gist of what you're saying, but
Yeah, I can usually get the idea anyway, but
just
Yeah,
awkward. Yeah, it's like you start to, and then you keep going. Like, I don't know. So yeah. We are approaching 11. We're not going to obviously have enough time for another encounter. So we could go ahead and call it for tonight. You guys made it safely out of Daggerford. You have made it approximately a third of the way, I think.
Sorry, what was that?
What?
It's near 11
I
o'clock
just
and we're
messed
gonna
this
wrap
up
up
entirely.
tonight.
Yeah,
What was that?
we're wrapping up because it's about to be 11 and we're not going to have enough time for another encounter. I can't hear you. if you're talking.
Before I forget, because I was gonna do a thing just really fast during the night. Can I make a religion check on that call?
Yeah. I was actually
Just for
surprised
sure.
you didn't try any checks yourself.
There's
Yeah.
a reason.
Sorry. I switched audio. What were you saying, Donald?
We're about to wrap up.
Yeah, okay.
But Aunt Tamila is making a religion check to see if she knows about the coin. She knows nothing about the coin. She was.
can
she,
I? Go ahead.
Who?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I thought you said cheese and you stopped. Can I make a check of some kind like intelligence or something, to see if when I'm messing around with the sword and I determine that it's a +1 longsword, to determine if I can remember anything about what language it might be.
Give me a religion check. To you, it just seems very matter of fact. Like
you're cutting out real bad now too. It seems very what?
Seems very matter of fact. Like
gotcha.
you wouldn't have even second guessed it. Like you're reading it just like you would anything else. So
yeah, which is definitely in and of itself interesting, because you would be like, where the hell? Why do I know that? We'll get to that later on the next session, but he'd probably ask the party and be like, "You sure none of you guys can read this? Why?"
Well, Derek could read it, or someone else could read it, right? I thought it was
Derek
Derek.
can, but I don't think he said anything that I don't think he said he could.
If this is now like after the rest and everything, then I'm sure sometime you show him like, yeah, that's follow the light of the companion.
Capital C.
We can, yeah, I put the capital C in there. I added it to my inventory. Got it in there as Sir Ardor's longsword, an immaculate blade inscribed with the follow the light of the companions.
Yeah, it's OP. +1 longsword plate. Now get out of here.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Okay. Well, does anyone else want to do any light RP stuff before we go? I just want to make sure things that I could think of unresolved. Antamilla hasn't necessarily asked everybody about the coin or made everyone else aware of it. Maybe intentionally, maybe not. That's the only other thing I could think of right now. Oh, aside from also, there wasn't a mention from, and this might be intentional, but I'm just reminding you just in case it's relevant, Derek, the information that you got on Facebook.
Yep, as of right now, and doesn't even cross his mind.
Cool. All right, Antamilla, you're good with where you're at with the coin thingy?
I'm good with where I'm at.
Excellent. All right, we'll go ahead and call for the night. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for